Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Greenfield's Finest Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Z. Birdseye. With me, as always, the boys are in the building. We got my main man, Angry Johnny Rosado.
What's up?
We got my main man. He got 9.5 toes, but he stays fucking them hoes. Anthony Shuley. And we got the fucking Biff Meister himself, Jack Welch. Moneyline Welch just farted right on my nugget like 3 seconds ago.
Dude, I got a new colon, man. I gotta let it out or it's not good for business.
Oh, man. So what's up?
What's going on? What did you guys do this weekend? Me and Johnny hit the links.
How was that?
It was good. Nice. Hotter than hell. Went out there. Went at 6:30. We're done by 11:30. It was great. My fat ass had to wait for Minio's to open up on Saturday morning. And then I went home, smoked weed all day, and ate pizza. So I had an opportunity to go to like a big birthday party. I was like, no, thank you. Got a big pizza and weed day, and that's I'm looking at 40, and it feels like it.
You missed the Holy Trinity. If you'd have jerked off, you'd hit the Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
Hit for the cycle. How'd you miss that?
I was too high to jerk off.
What?
Yeah.
You got to jerk off before you get high, man. This is your first day?
Well, here's listen, I thought of all this, but here's the pickle I was in. We golfed all day, and I was so hungry when I got home, I inhaled like 4 pieces of pizza. Then I was like, oh, my God, I'm so full. I got to smoke this weed to feel less full, smoke the weed, and then like jerk off. You know, that's long gone. No one has time for that. Took a little golf nap, had a major golf bet, went to hell. John, did you watch that golf at all on Sunday?
I did.
Or Saturday? Well, Saturday, yeah, I fell asleep on Sunday.
I watched the end on
Sunday. I had the Thigala to win, $50 bet to win $5,000. The dude whiffs
5,000.
5,000. That's what I said, right?
No, you said 500.
Oh yeah, $50 bet to win 5,000 on Sunday. He smokes one in the bunker on 18.
Dude,
he was up one.
He whiffed it.
He's up against the fucking front of the bunker, just whiffs on it, and I hit this cash out button so fast it was insane, dude. And like somehow I got it when it was $1,400, so I won $1,400.
But you cashed out before like
I cashed out as he was like whiffing, like the sand was going in the air. I had my cell phone and I was just fucking pressing the button because I was like,
it was over.
It was over after he whiffed. You know, I'm not a cash out guy.
The double
I had
bogey
to
on 18 to lose the tournament.
It was unbelievable, man. But yeah, it was my weekend. Zebra, what you get into anything?
Yeah, I mean, dude, I had that major $5 bet to win $700,000.
How'd that go?
I didn't win. But, what I did was I took the longest odds in golf with the longest odds in NASCAR and parlayed them together. $5 pays out $700,000 for a reason, because it's impossible to fucking hit. But it wasn't even close. Like, where they offered a cash out of like 40 cents or anything, they were just like, "This is a fucking loser."
Yeah, you sent me that, and I saw the odds. I didn't even read the rest of it. I was like, "Well, this is insane."
Yeah, I just figured, maybe I don't have to work for a while, but what are you gonna do? But I went over to my girlfriend's grandma's. So Saturday, shot at the anime. She was a little sick. She's feeling better, so I wanted to go over and visit her Saturday. So I just went over and hung out with her for 2 hours. Like, the whole family was there. They were all swimming, but I was like, dude, I'm just kicking it with her. And like, one thing about she's like 90. She's 96, and she's like,
that's up there.
Yeah, and she still gets around good. She just stopped driving a couple years ago, but like, for one, old people love game shows, like old ones, not new ones. They don't want to be like, they want like the old Price is Right. The old, like, everything, so they've already seen it before. They don't like surprises. But she doesn't, like, agree with commercials, and she, like, argues with the commercials. Like, there's a Liberty Mutual commercial, and the dude's fishing, and he pulls up a submarine and Minions on the and she was like, I don't understand what about him fishing, pulling up Minions would make me want to buy Liberty Mutual.
She has a great point.
She's like, this is just a waste of money. And then I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty good point. Next thing I know, there was a commercial on for medicine, like 3 in a row, and it was just like every medicine. She was like, all these side effects, you're better off just dying. And I'm like,
she has a point.
I'm
very wise.
This
lady ain't off the topic too
so
much.
We start like cutting up about it, like, yeah, take this and it'll cure your heartburn, but your fucking head will fall off. And she's like, that's next. And I'm like, and she was like back in the beginning of the earlier on the podcast, she had like she was telling me these stories about the new thing kids are doing is driving into people's houses And I was like, I didn't hear about this, but okay, whatever you say, anime. And like her new thing is that they're driving into beauty parlors. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I went and Googled it, and it actually happened like recently here in Pittsburgh. Someone drove through a beauty parlor.
So she's seeing stuff on the news.
Yeah.
And just like thinks like, this is what these kids are up to.
Yeah.
This is what they call a good time.
She's taking whatever she sees on the news, multiplying it by daily. Like not a one-time situation. This is daily, and it's the kids doing it. No, she don't care if it's an 80-year-old lady. It's kids. So I was just like cracking up the whole time. Like, dude, this is like what you do when you get older. You know what I mean?
Dude, I had to convince my grandma a couple years ago when I was bartending in the South Side that I wasn't in a gunfight every night. She was like, what do? Do you have a pistol on you? And I'm like, no, like I don't. And like, don't get me wrong, like now she would have a point because like how insane it is. But back then it was just like, once or twice a week it was a shooting. Casual stuff.
Casual
But
shooting.
every time I see her, like, are you okay? And I just finally had to tell her, like, that's not even. I bartended like a whole nother, and like to ease her mind, she would see the news and just think her grandson was in a gunfight every night. And I'm like, that's not the case.
The one last funny thing that happened with her was, so her grandson, Alex, he's 18, just turned 18. He's working in West Virginia. He's like welding and stuff, and like everyone found out that he went to a strip club the one night. And I'm like, he was like telling me, but he's like, yeah, he's like, I didn't get in trouble, but they were like, what are you doing there? I'm like, how the hell did they find? He's like, dude, my grandma tracks us. And I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. She tracks all of her. Well, Addie's not on it, my girlfriend, but like her other 5 grandkids are all being tracked at all times. So she got up at 3 a.m, was like, where's Alex? His car's not there. And looked right and find him and like Google fucking mapped it and find out he was in a strip club.
That's pretty like tech savvy of her, to be honest.
It is, dude. And like,
are they all in a family plan together?
yes,
Okay.
that's how it's not like she has like spy apps on
Yeah,
them.
okay.
And they're on a family
But
plan.
for her to even know how to do that, that's
Yeah, I don't have a clue.
like
how
I
you
wouldn't know how to do that.
Yeah, but dude, she did it, and she was like showing me, and she was like,
He loves his horse.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
is. Like, he was at the strip club at 3 o'clock in the morning and didn't think anyone knew. I knew.
Didn't you say like her one cousin was supposed to be at work the one time and like she wasn't? She was like out on Carson Street. And like she said she was working, but she was down on Carson Street drinking. Like, dude, quit tracking me, Grandma.
Yeah, don't these kids know to like turn off the
They all track each other, so they don't give a
The
fuck. So that, you
location.
know what I mean? Like they want to track each other.
They like to know where
Yeah, they
everybody-
see their little Bitmoji popping around the fucking Snapchat map.
Around the city, yeah. It's cracking.
But yeah, you wouldn't think old 96-year-old grandma like
She was in on it.
That's nuts.
Yeah, but that was pretty funny. I didn't really do much else after that. I was a 96-year-old.
Mike Tomlin went on the podcast The Pivot. And it seemed like a pretty good interview. I've seen a bunch of clips. I wasn't able to watch it all yet. That's with there's a few dudes on there. Fred Taylor's one of the hosts.
Is this the one Ryan Clark's on?
Yeah.
Ryan Clark. Yeah, there's a few dudes on there. And they asked him if there was a chance if AB would be returning. And he was just like, that ain't happening. And that was the clip that went out. But if you went back and watch it, Tomlin went in like how like him and AB were really good. They're really cool. And how his kids used to sleep over Tomlin's house, or his son used to sleep over Tomlin's house, and all kinds of shit like that. And then it's just like, man, how far AB has fucking fallen. It's insane. Is it like, do you think this dude's gonna get in the league this year?
No, who would want that headache?
No.
Yeah, I think he's done, man.
Yeah, I mean him walking off the field, that was a big.
That's
That was
straw.
crazy.
That's the straw that broke the camel's back.
The thing is, in all reality, if you don't like say, hey, you're done, you're gonna start seeing a lot more of this shit. Like,
I don't think.
No,
He's a special case,
he's
dude.
dude, maybe
nuts.
you catch somebody like, I mean, you never know. Like
you
somebody,
could-
the Cowboys could be like, listen, Jerry Jones, like, I want to win a Super Bowl.
I was literally about to
Yeah.
say, if the Cowboys, like, somebody gets hurt or, like, they think they're a piece away, I could see them rolling the
Dude.
dice on AB.
AB, after seeing these contracts these wide receivers are getting, because he probably still in really great shape.
yeah.
His
I
pro-
think he's just one. I think he's just one of those dudes. He's such a natural freak. Even if he isn't, he could probably get back into it within like a month.
Right.
One training camp, and he's back to where
But
he
dude,
was.
like he got to be kicking himself. How much money he lost? You got him, and you got Le'Veon Bell about to fight Adrian Peterson. What's go like? These dudes blew it.
yeah. What?
Worse than like I don't know if it's I think Le'Veon Bell just got bad advice,
Horrendous
advice, and I think AB just self-sabotaged to like the point of he blew a $50 million contract with the Raiders,
Right.
and then still got other chances,
Burn his feet
and
off.
then kept doing it.
Right.
Something's wrong with him, dude.
Yeah, he's cuckoo.
for sure.
And dude, I think a lot of that has to do with who he surrounds himself with. You know what I mean? To go from like you're guaranteed making this much money, doing all this stuff, to like you're constantly like the butt of all these jokes on the internet. You're like trying to rap. Like who the fuck's like how like okaying this? Like who's yes manning you? You know what
Exactly
I mean?
what you said. It's a bunch of yes men.
That's what I mean. It's like these dudes around, like, yeah, man, you should try to do it. Like, no one's
You're hanging
looking
out with Kanye West. He got you thinking you're going to run his sports.
Donda
Sports. Come on.
Dude, when he burned his feet with the Raiders and that cryotherapy, anybody ever do that before?
No.
I've done it a couple times, and like it does work. It's nice. But like the thought of having your feet on that ground, like when you
froze to the ground,
dude, immediately. So when you go in there, they give you like socks. They give you like these like fucking.
How the hell did he miss the socks?
He just didn't. He didn't put them on. And like somehow he A-B'd his way in there. You know what I mean? He just muscled his way in. They give you mittens, so like all your digits are completely covered.
Yeah, your package covered, right?
You have your underpants on too. So underpants, or they give you a robe you can put on. But you take the robe off. I can't imagine.
What's it do?
It's like jumping into an ice bath at 3 minutes. You feel good when you come out there. It's just like it's just I feel
What'd
like
you hit it
not
for?
swollen. My knee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it helps. It definitely helps. But his feet just like remember that skin just peeling off.
It's
that
like
was
3rd-degree burns.
Yeah.
Like if it was like
I couldn't imagine.
Frostbite.
It was like so bad, and like he
couldn't play.
Like so he like did it on. I feel like he had to do that on purpose.
I don't think he did that on purpose, dude.
I don't
think
know.
He's an idiot
because he didn't want to play for the Raiders. So like I think like,
why? I mean, why would he not? He signed that contract. He was all happy.
Bro, who the fuck knows?
Like, dude, just go get that $50 million.
And then you brought up Adrian Peterson and fucking Le'Veon Bell fighting each other. Like, are these dudes both out?
They said Adrian Peterson made over $100 million in his career.
How is that dude out of
Le'Veon about 47.
Because Adrian Peterson's got to be like 40 years old by now.
Adrian Peterson,
right? That's what I mean. So he played forever. He's been making money forever. Even if he blew a few million,
he had over 100.
He had over 100.
47 million. I mean, it seems like a lot. Le'Veon Bell was.
They both have a lot of kids. I mean, Lev has 6. He has Adrian has 7. So
remember he beat his kid with a switch off a tree?
Yeah, he did do that.
That's how they do it in the dirty South.
Dude, but I mean, now you're boxing on YouTube for somebody I never even heard of, like as an undercard of somebody I never heard of before. Like, what are you getting paid for that?
I didn't see.
No, they didn't disclose it yet. A couple at max.
That's it?
I mean, no,
I don't
that
know.
has to be max. What else? I mean, unless I'm completely underestimating.
Who do you got
with this YouTube? Adrian Peterson's gonna fucking knock his head off.
Yeah,
I think so.
Like bad. Adrian Peterson is one of those like he's not that Bell is not a freak athlete,
right?
But Adrian Peterson is a whole different breed of person, dude. He looked like he could. That dude
he's
could
much
do
bigger.
He's much bigger. He's like I don't see like Bell having like the tenacity to go in there. I can see Peterson like being pissed off that he has to do this and like go knock his fucking head off.
Yeah, Peterson's like maybe I can get a career in boxing after this.
Yeah, right. I mean, Peterson's probably still going to try to play.
He probably is,
no doubt.
They said when he worked out for I forget which team he went to catch on there, like dude, just for like the Redskins the one year. He said his physical, like dude, they ran him through all these drills and like he didn't even break a sweat.
No, he's just a
like
freak athlete.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean, obviously a freak athlete. Like in NFL, there's everyone in the NFL is a freak athlete, and then there's just another tier of like athletes.
Right,
and, like,
but
he's at the top of it.
Dude, like there's dudes that get out of the NFL, like man, CTE's real. Like I made my money, I'm done. Then there's dudes that like get over that tipping point, and they're like, fuck it.
It's
I'll
like
play until I'm dead.
It's like a boxer.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You know you're fucked, but what else? What are you gonna go get a job?
Did you see like there's a report that like 99% of the NFL players tested for CTE had it?
No, I didn't see that.
Well, that's the people that donated their brains. That's the only way they could test it.
That's pretty fucking
Isn't
scary.
there? I swear, I think there's a test you could take like as you're playing now too. I just listened to this on a podcast and like there are people who are just like I'd rather not know. So they could find out.
No, I think you're thinking like of the concussion thing. That's when they do like the baseline test. They can't test for CTE until they have to measure the density of the shit on your brain.
Okay,
from, like,
I swear
the
I heard they could now, and like players players just aren't taking it.
So
but I wouldn't want to know if you're playing and
Right.
you're the prime of your career. You don't want to know that because like, if you do have it, you'd be scared to death and you'd quit. And then how you fucking making money?
Yeah.
You play different for sure.
I don't even know if you would. I just wouldn't want to know, and I would deal with the consequences after.
I agree 100%. Don't even fucking tell me.
Exactly, but I'm saying like if you were to find out like you have CTE, like it'd be like almost saying like you got a bad knee. You're gonna be playing the game differently, like trying not to like you know what I mean. You're just gonna
if you play it all though,
right?
You know what I mean, or if you're just gonna like you said, fuck it. What do I got to lose now?
Sure, but like you can't protect your head in football,
right?
You just can't. Joe Welch had a tweet last week. He was doing some yard work, and he got some pushback because he was using some Roundup. So let me read this tweet real quick. My neighbor, who I'd never spoken to before, as I was spraying my weeds, is that Roundup? You should wear a mask. My son died of cancer. We don't know if it was because of the Roundup or not. Then she drives away. Oh, Johnny Rosado hops on. Ignore her.
Not me.
No, yeah.
The dad.
Senior.
Yeah.
Ignore her. She doesn't really care about you. She should mind her own business. There are a million reasons why people get cancer. I bet he didn't die from that Roundup. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
There's a million different reasons why people
very
get
true.
cancer.
Yeah, after being in the herbicide game so long, dude, you know how many times you get accosted when you're like putting something down? You know how many times
dude,
I've had
probably,
people tell me I'm the reason everybody's getting cancer?
It's probably insane.
That's what
Yeah.
I always thought.
Especially on certain streets.
Like, what is that? You should be doing this. You should be doing that. And I'm just like, one lady told me she made her neighbor not get anything anymore to the point where like she
just
went after him so much. She was like, listen, dude, it's not worth it to me. She's like, I'm going to start a grassroots campaign. Because I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Whatever you want to do. You obviously have the time.
Right.
I'm trying to make a couple bucks out here. Excuse me. It's legal. I follow all the guidelines. I'm certified.
Right. It's just,
you know.
I couldn't imagine people were insane about that, especially where you guys work, too. That got to be fucking tough. People just can't mind their business. Like, do you want weeds or don't you want weeds? This kills the weeds?
This isn't even, we weren't even putting it in her house. We're doing like
neighbors
across the street.
Yeah. Oh, man.
The best line ever is like people would always, when I first started spraying weeds, like people would always say, is it organic? And like I remember asking John's dad, I know, like, he's like, just tell him the truth. It's approved by the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture, which it is. That is the truth. And I was like, because they always ask me if it's organic, and he's like, organic and kill don't go together. And I'm like, okay. I'm like,
how do you have an organic like weed spray? I mean, that doesn't exist.
There isn't much.
It's an oxymoron.
You could do like some shit in your cracks where there's like vinegar and salt and lemon and shit.
Does it work?
I don't know. Mishka did it. He said it worked.
Really?
That for like a day, and then the shit grew right
back. I'll tell you what. I put some Roundup or something. It wasn't even Roundup. It was something else down, and I fried my yard. Like those bushes.
Dude, what are you doing? Don't touch your yard anymore.
It's the same. This is the same problem. But like all the weed killer, like really, it was so hot out. It really started to work.
Oh yeah.
We got bushes never coming back, dude. And like I guess I was spilling behind me. So it was like dripping. So there's just like just a dead trail of grass. Leanie's furious, man. I fucked it up. I didn't want to be doing yard work.
You're never going to be. You're never going to be able to do it again.
Listen, I was giving it my all, but I was also going fast to get done. I'll say that. I fucked some shit up.
You killed everything.
You killed everything.
Dude.
She said the neighbors were like, "Oh my God, who did that to your bushes? I can't believe." We had like some roofers like fixing our gutters. So she thought like the roofers cut him down, and she's like, "No, that was Jack. I told him like trim him, and he cut him all the way back." And she was like, "Oh my God, the lady that lived there before you grew those took that lady 20 years to grow those bushes." And I just rat fucked.
It took 20 minutes.
Dude,
to kill
20 minutes? Just bam, 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 bam.
That's all it
Told you,
takes,
man. Pittsburgh Public Works, man. We cleared shit on. I had that mindset, and I went fucked shit up.
So what's our like game plans going forward for the yard?
We're gonna move.
We have to move now.
You gotta move.
And our landscapers.
She was like, well, you could dig this up. I was like, it's about to be winter. 4th of July. 4th of July.
Summer's over.
Let's talk about this next season.
4th of July is right around the corner. Everybody knows 4th of July is the end of summer. Summer's over. We're moving in the fall.
Are you moving?
Everything's gonna be dead. No, I mean, yeah, if we find the right spot for sure. But like, no plans. But yeah, that's what I told her. She's not. If I bring it up, she gets pissed. Like, she's hanging on to this.
You basically sabotaged her yard.
Not basically. I mean, I didn't. Sabotage makes it seem like
I mean,
I
dude,
did it on
the
purpose.
bushes
There was
is one
intent.
thing.
Yeah, there was no intent. I had good intent.
Just to have burnout holes all over the yard from this weed killer.
It's not. It wasn't good, John. Yeah. What the fuck do I know?
So like, if you were like to go to court, it wasn't premeditated. But
It wasn't
second-
premeditated.
it's second-degree murder.
Involuntary
Yeah.
manslaughter. You just involuntary manslaughter.
I wouldn't have a case.
Yeah.
That's not.
You'd plea out?
I'd have to plea that one out for sure. No doubt about that. Deshaun Watson is never playing football again. Z-Bird, what's up with that?
Yeah, so like I've been watching so much Deshaun Watson stuff. I sent it to Jack, and I watched the whole clip on it. And like this was the clip that made the most sense, and like it came from the most reliable sources. He, without a doubt, 100% is getting suspended for the minimum of one season of football.
Is this breaking news?
Breaking.
GFP breaking news?
Yeah, GFP breaking news.
Disclaimer, we're not great on breaking news. It backfires sometimes.
No, we're great at breaking it.
No,
It's
we're
not
good at-
always accurate.
Just not good. It's not. Yeah, it's not true
This
all
one-
the time.
this one-
This is it.
This is it. He's without a doubt getting suspended for at least 1 year. The NFLPA is obviously fighting against that, but they're saying that the other sanction, like that they're going so hard that that might be their plea. Like that they just accept that, like, okay, because they're fighting a year, but they're beyond a year. They're going longer than a year.
Do you think the NFLPA is probably like, they probably don't know, or the NFL is like, what do you do?
Well, they brought in someone like this
An
Sue
arbitrator,
Robinson,
yeah.
Sue Robinson to like be the arbitrator and everything like that, and they're going after him fucking hard. And like I know he settled 20 out of the 24 cases. There's still 4 cases out there, but there's still smoke from the fire.
There
Like,
might be more people coming
there might
forward.
be more people coming forward. that
Or
don't-
there are other allegations.
I heard that they're going
messier.
after the Texans now too.
They
Yeah.
are. So not only that, like they're going after the Texans for facilitating it. Supposedly the hotel that was like this was all taking place that might be getting in trouble too. So like I think the NFL today they were supposed to go in. So like I think they want this done as soon as possible to get this thing on. And like if you get him under for the year, he's gone for the year. But then I think he kind of has the umbrella effect of like if something else trickles in. If and they could settle it, it falls under that year. Like what I think they don't want to do is give him like a 5 or a light suspension, and then shit keeps happening.
Well, here's the thing. They gave what's his name, that one receiver who put in a $1,500 parlay. He was a receiver, right? Who was it?
A
Yeah,
year.
they gave him a year. So how can you give somebody a year for gambling for a $1,500 parlay?
Sure.
And then give Deshaun Watson
Right, so
the
you figure
same punishment?
Well, they
That,
gave
like,
Ben 6 games for
one accusation.
one accusation that like never got brought to charges at all.
At all,
I don't
at
even know
all.
if he settled civilly with her.
I never heard he did. No.
I never heard.
So,
none
but
of it.
it was just like an accumulation. This dude's starting to act like an asshole. He needs checked.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Deshaun. Like, somebody at some point going to talk to Deshaun. Like, dude, how many more are we talking?
Well, they said
Yeah,
like,
like
six-
what's the number?
What's the-
60? It's up in the 60s.
so there's
that what they
6
said?
all
They-
different women.
That's where the number was at. That came from multiple sources. That was up in the 60s. Now I'm not saying this is all allegedly. I'm not saying like any of them are any more coming forward. I know of them, but they said there could possibly be more charges brought forward, and a big reason why. And like I'm not saying like if this all happened, it's a terrible thing. But like the ones that came forward that settled for like the 20 of them, I'm pretty sure they got $100,000
At least.
at least. So you have to be like, look, like if you were involved in that, now's the time to come
We
forward.
want a
'cause
piece of the pie.
Who
I'm
doesn't
going
want
to come get my
$100,000?
300.
Fuck yeah.
I remember when I
would-
gave him a massage, dude. It was so awkward.
Shirley's going to join the
Yeah.
join that
Another class
action.
Fuck, absolutely.
You figured Deshaun Watson's butthole?
I mean, he
You
said
gave him
he said he wanted a deep tissue massage. I didn't know the tissue was his colon. Though.
They said he's like not cooperating and not being like cool about this at all and like not trying to work with
I
anybody.
know you got to be like, just relax,
And,
just relax.
and the other thing is he's not doing good things on social media. I mean,
Right.
and that Mia Khalifa thing they're saying was an old clip that got brought
It
up.
looked old.
So like I'm like, all right, but like he hasn't been the best. Like taking I'm not saying I don't know what you should or shouldn't do, but getting on the team and taking everyone to the Bahamas for a fucking creep trip probably wasn't the best thing to do.
Dude, did the Browns not did they not have like an investigator to like go look into this?
You'd hope so when you gave
every
him
NFL
the biggest guaranteed contract in history and traded a bunch of first-round picks
wow,
for 3 years.
dude.
What a bunch of
Fucking idiots.
losers.
That's the Browns.
And then
dude.
you just got Baker just fucking.
This
rotting
wasn't
away
even
there.
like.
And now he won't even be their
Dude,
quarterback.
this was like
'cause he hates them.
immediately as soon as he got there. They're like, okay, so here's another 20 people that said he made them finger his
Yeah,
ass.
it was like they were waiting for him to get like, oh, he's about to get a big contract. Hold on to this, and we're gonna
And the
smack
Browns
him
thought
again.
they were totally out of it. Then they just threw like.
How do you think that?
I guess
Like,
you figure all these other teams are going after him.
They're
Right.
such a joke.
Because if he
of a
didn't go to the
franchise.
Browns, like he was going to someone else. The Browns saved another team's ass.
Falcons, basically. I think
Was that the Falcons?
I think it was between the Falcons and the Browns, and I think the Browns.
Dude, by the time he gets back in the league, he's not even gonna hasn't gonna be able to play a game in 2 years.
2 years.
it's hard to come back. Like Vic came back after a few years. So I mean, they're similar athletically.
His legacy's
you know what I mean?
just ruined.
Yeah. I mean, if you have to sit out 1 or 2 years, it's gonna be tough, man.
And Baker.
These should be 2 of his best years.
And Baker, they're saying, like, people were saying, like, there's no way Baker's going to play for the Browns. You never know, dude, because they're saying his agent came out and said, no one's came to us with anything yet, which kind of opens the door, like, all right, maybe there still is, like, a chance, but I think Baker's going to Seattle. I think Jacoby Brissett's going to be their starting quarterback.
What?
Now you get a lot of your information just from the circle of cards, right?
No, I get this is Pat McAfee and
This
some
is
other
deep dive research.
All right,
Yeah,
I didn't
this
know
is
because Brissett's cards.
He's
are
a
up.
big Brissett
Watson's
guy.
cards are down.
No, but obviously I do. You do hear chatter in those groups, but this is like coming from like people like Schefter who like trickle down to like other like big like streaming people. You know, like Pat McAfee. There's another guy who's not nearly as big as him, but he's very reliable. Except for the one time, but like most of the time
He's about over 4, that guy, but that's all right. You know what I mean? We're putting.
Hey, I thought Watson was
This
going to
is
be on the
breaking
Steelers
news.
for a point in time, but
Yeah, Z-Bird did say that, right?
yeah, he did.
He did.
That's all right.
He said Brissett was going to be our quarterback too.
You know what? I mean, I'm just saying.
Listen,
you could guarantee.
You got to put
this.
takes out there from the stick.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson is getting at least a year, at least. And I'm not sitting here like, yeah.
Do you think there's any possibility he gets a lifetime ban?
No.
I don't know.
It's a hot climate right now, dude.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna throw the book at him here. A
I don't
lifetime.
think he's gonna
know.
lifetime.
Yeah,
Lifetime's a lot.
I think maybe 2 years. Like you said, it got to be 1, right? If this is still going on, it got to be.
I
at
think
least
that
1.
maybe they'll just say indefinitely and then play it by ear.
I
Let
think
it
it's,
cool
He didn't
off.
play it all last
They
year,
could
right?
say indefinitely.
No.
They could say indefinitely, and then maybe if nobody else comes forward, like, all right, dude,
I think if they, I think
see you
pretty-
2023.
if they're probably like almost like together like with the NFLPA, like listen, we could end this right now if we can come up with a time. And I think the NFLPA is kind of like at a year, and I think they'll be like okay with the year. I mean, year's a stiff sentence. The weird thing is, I think you still get paid, don't you?
I have no
No.
idea.
I doubt it.
He got
So
his
he
44 guaranteed, but yeah, if he's suspended, that he loses.
Yeah,
that
because they
year.
get game checks. So in order to get paid, you got to be able to play.
But he did get the $44 million.
Yeah, the
Yeah, he got
guaranteed
the
money.
44 million. He got all the money from the Texans, and he just sat out. I don't know why.
he's good.
Why did the Texans just let him sit out
It's-
and pay him?
They didn't want the backlash of having like a
Right,
a
the circus.
rapey quarterback.
Why wouldn't they just trade him then?
I don't know.
I don't think
John.
anyone
I don't know
would
who was
took
going to
him.
take him. Yeah,
They were
Right.
trying.
I
to
think
get
they
rid
were
of
they
him.
were trying. They were waiting for this to blow over.
No.
Trying to blow over, and then they're like, all right, we could either trade you or be your quarterback. And now they're now he's on the Browns, and that's the farthest thing that's over. Speaking of NFL, they take some supplements over there in the old NFL. Do you guys remember the supplement Jack 3D?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't even get it at like GNC. You had to go to I used to get it at a weird warehouse out in like Robinson. It was the worst tasting thing I ever tasted before in my life. But we were on it for a few summers, and that shit worked.
Was it jacked? I
it
thought
was-
that
that
was.
was called-
No, that's Androstein. you're
Androstein.
thinking.
But you're, no, Jack
I'm
is
talking
different.
about Jack 3D.
It was a pre-workout.
It's a pre-workout, like full other type of shit. You would get your pump. It was a mixture of hell. It turns out the mixture of hell also had a weensy bit a little bit of meth in it. So
What doesn't
we
these
were
days?
we were 19-year-old kids drinking a little bit of meth every day. I remember
You said it worked, right?
It worked great. And I remember me and like somebody else were on it like for like a long time because it was working, but it was tasted so bad. And then, like, dude, both of our hair started falling out. And that was back in the day when, like, you know, like MTV was convincing you, like, you were gonna get AIDS no matter what. So, like, I was like, oh my god, dude, I have AIDS. My hair's falling out. I fucking hit up my boy, like, I took it with. I was like, dude, I think I got AIDS. He was like, dude, I got cancer. And I'm like, you got AIDS and I got cancer. I was like, we're fucked, dude. And he was like, what the fuck's going on? He's like, dude, my hair's falling out too. And then I put the common denominator. I was like, let's take a little break on the old Jack 3D and see what happens. Sure enough, that was it, dude. So we were just poisoning ourselves with a little bit of meth and God knows what else at a very young age.
Dude, shit
but
definitely
we
used
were
to
shredded.
slip through the old FDA.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, dude, those supplements and shit, they're not even FDA approved, most of them.
None of them are.
Yeah.
Well, I remember we all used to take androstene,
That
or
was like-
androstat.
Yeah, Androstat.
That was good.
I never hit a baseball further in my life.
Right, but if we like, as all of us hanging out together, if we didn't smoke weed, dudes would be ready to fight. Like
Dudes would be
at the
arguing.
drop
It was-
of a
It was a
hat.
high
just be
tension
arguing,
summer.
yeah.
I mean, dude, the stackers with people. Oh,
And it was like black licorice.
you had to eat.
Yeah.
You had to eat like 8 of them a day, and dudes would just walk around with them in their pocket. You would hear everybody like clinking, like.
You had to like let them absorb into your gums and stuff.
Anything at GNC that's locked up usually has the potential to fuck you up. You know what I mean?
But it's gonna work.
Yeah, it's gonna work. Like, where's the stuff that's locked up? And the dude's like, "What do you want?" I mean, I used to go in GNC, but like once you start juicing, you like but there's still supplements out there that'll get what I mean. They're not as good as they used to be.
We still got to try
Nah.
that. What is that? Deer antler?
The deer antler spray.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to hit up Ray Lewis for that.
Yeah,
I don't know if that
I
shit's
bet you
still
it's
around.
on the old internet.
What's it do for you? Get you all
It's
jacked?
like natural steroids.
Yeah,
Is
you
it?
spray it, rub it in. It's really, really good, like for to heal up and shit like that.
Huh?
But yeah, I mean, it can't be any worse than that fucking hot Cheeto fucking dew we
Oh,
tried
God.
last week.
I still have heartburn from that shit.
Larry, we got some voicemails, buddy. Good job in keeping them short this week, fellas.
What's up, gentlemen? This is Francesco Stutch DiNardo. Some of you guys might remember me from high school or Dr. Dave's house or your house. But anyway, this is more like a salute to the legend of Z-Bird, and maybe I could use some clarity because I think it's still a rumor, but I remember in 8th grade that Z-Bird had to go to summer school where he wasn't going to pass St. Rosalia's, and he called their bluff and didn't show up for summer school, and then the next year he still made it through to Alderdice because they didn't want to deal with him at St. Rosalia's for another year. Sister Delia had big beef with him, but I can't remember if it was real or not. Please confirm. And I salute you calling their bluff. We don't need no education. All right, boys. Talk to you soon.
I'll keep it short. It's 100% true.
Wait, so
I failed the 8th grade, and they told me and my mom that we were going to have to go to summer school. On top of that, we weren't even paying tuition at the end, so I don't even know how they let this all slip through the cracks. So then they were like, "You're going to have to do summer school," and I'm like, "I'm not fucking doing this."
where was summer school at for St. Rosalia's?
At St. Rosalia's.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know St. Rosalia's had a
They
summer
don't.
school.
That's why I was
Yeah,
like, this
right.
is
Like I
bullshit.
never heard of this summer school before in my life, and
What
now I got to go.
They would have me pulling weeds. So I'm like, you know
They
what?
definitely would have, actually.
I was like, you know what? I was like, this ain't no such thing. So they gave me my 8th grade diploma, but they were like, this is all contingent on you showing up for summer school. So I was like, see you later, motherfuckers. I'm going to become a loser now.
yeah, I think it's all I need to get into old Alderdice.
Yeah, I went up there at my transcripts like, yeah, I can barely read and I can spell a little bit. And they were like, you're hired. But yeah, that's all you need to get in Alderdice. And yes, that story's 100% true. But that was grade school, kids.
What's up, boys? First time caller, long time listener. You guys were talking about a fat bitch on a horse last week. I got a fat bitch on a horse story. That fat bitch was me. I'm down in Cabo, spring break. Walking back and forth between Mango Deck. We're like probably 2 miles just every single day. Back and forth, back and forth. Finally, I was like, fuck it. I'm going to ride one of these little-ass donkeys back to the hotel. So I walk up. I'm like, hey, buddy, how much for a ride? He's like, 2 pesos. Sweet. Sounds good. Hop on this donkey. This fucking donkey was pissed. I'm 300 pounds. I
Oh,
hop
my
on
God.
it huffs and puffs. I don't know how to ride a horse. So I'm like, hey, buddy, this donkey ain't moving. And he's like, oh, like, give it a kick. Give it a kick. And I was like, all right, cool. I give it this donkey a kick. This motherfucker takes off in the opposite direction. I don't know how to ride a horse. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. My shirt flies off. Now I'm just a fat fuck riding on the back of a horse, just screaming my head off. How you dar? How you dar? Finally, after like 5 minutes, I jump off the horse, face plant into the sand,
Shoo.
whirl around, just absolutely unconscious from this. So there are weight limits for horses. Fat people should not be on horses. And yeah, that's about it. Later.
Great story.
Yeah, great call.
I can picture this.
Yeah, especially a donkey. Jeez.
That's pretty good
Who's
for the
he thinking
donkey
he's
to be able
Juan
to take off.
Valdez?
Yeah.
So I have a really good Mango Deck story. So Mango Deck's in Cabo. Mango Deck's like the Kraken outside beach bar. That's where everybody goes. But it's a pain in the ass to get to. He's right. The walk is about 2 miles from like the resorts. And you walk on the beach, and it's the Wild Wild West, like walking on the beach. Everybody and their mother's trying to sell you anything they can. So the first day we walked down there, it took fucking forever. The second, I didn't see any donkeys, but if I would have, I definitely would have hopped on. The second day, we were like, everybody's trying to sell you shit. Like, dude, how do we get to the Mango Deck from here? They're like, there's a boat. Like, there's a boat right there. I was like, perfect. We'll take the boat. And so we give the dude the money, and I'm like, all right, is the boat going to come in? Because it was like there was a rope, you know what I mean? And I was like, is it going to come in and pick us up? He's like, no, you got to swim out there. And I'm like, we got to swim out there? And it was far, dude. And like the Cabo Sea was the seas were high that day, and I was like, I'm a strong swimmer, but like also drunk.
Little choppy seas there.
How
Choppy
far out
seas.
we talking?
Dude, I far, man.
Further than you wanted to swim.
Probably like a couple football fields, I bet.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
maybe 150 yards. It was fucking far. So
It's
I'm
like waves rolling in on you?
wait, just the ocean, the sea. So like I have to do is like no fucking way. But me, Junior, and one other dude, we were like, we'll swim out there, no problem. So we start to swim out, and like I had my flip flops in my hands, and like I'm going out, and I'm like, this is getting dicey, dude. But we took a break to like tread, man, and then Junior was like, dude, fuck it, we just gotta suck it up. So we're fucking swimming all the way out there. We finally get to this boat. We're gassed. I couldn't even pull myself up on the boat. I was so gassed. They had to yank me up on the fucking boat. We get to the Mango Deck. The Mango Deck is just like, it's like an MTV spring break bar. Like, it's still like that. So we get there. We got a front row table. People are going crazy. They're playing music. They're doing all kinds of old like spring break contests. Like this wasn't that long ago. This was probably like 6 or 7 years ago. So I'm like, I'm gonna get involved in these contests. So I get up on stage. Me and this chick. The contest was like you had to start at the stage, run down to the ocean, change clothes with the person you're with in the ocean, and run back out. The girl I was like partnered up with like didn't have like much on at all. So like we like run down, change in the ocean, and like the sea's so choppy that I can't get into like her bathing suit. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting like washed around and I'm like, oh my God, this is. So I finally get like, I feel like I'm into it, but I have like both legs like through like one side of the bathing suit. So like my dick and balls and ass are just out. So like, but I was in there for a while, and they're like, dude, what do you like? They're on the microphone like heckling me, like, what are you doing? Like, come on, let's go. And I'm like, I got a problem here. Like, me being me. After a couple cold ones, I'm like, fuck it. So I come running out, dude, and I'm just naked on this stage. And
Dick is just hanging.
Dude, I was in the ocean, and I wouldn't call it hanging. So, like, and the place is going crazy. The Mexican dude is like, he's freaking out. He's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? He's trying to cover me up. People were going nuts, like spraying beers on me, dude. And I like finally sat down, and we won the contest just because like we were the only. Everyone else was just like nerds and put the clothes on regularly. But like the crowd was going crazy, and then there was a few more contests that week, and I won a couple of them.
Do you feel like a rock star when
Felt
you were
like
going
a rock star, dude. I was like, I am the party king. I was like, I am king of the beach, dude.
Yeah.
So we saw these dudes at the airport that we met throughout the week. I swear wherever we went, these dudes were at, and the one dude finally came up to me. He's like, dude, I've known these dudes for the better part of 20 years, and I seen your dick more this weekend than all theirs combined. I'm like, yeah, man, we like to party. He's like, Jesus Christ, he thought it was the coolest thing ever, dude. I was, yeah, man, I don't know. Like, we're at the airport now. Trip's over. Like, I don't want to hear about this anymore.
Yeah, now anxiety's kicking in.
No, so booze is off. Now I'm sweating. Keep it moving, buddy. Go back to Boston. Nice to meet you.
That was great.
Hey, boys. Kenny. No, I was hoping some other jagoff left a real long voicemail last week, too. Nope, just me. Oops. Thanks for pretending like you were telling everybody else, too. So anyways, my wife asked me, what do you want for your birthday, Father's Day? I said, whatever you get me will be fine. He says, no, come on, tell me. I don't know what to get. So I sent her a few links, this or that. And then birthday, Father's Day rolls around. She didn't give me anything I sent. What the fuck did I get homework for? A homework assignment, and then you don't get nothing on the list. I guess I should have known better and just bought my own GFP T-shirt.
Yeah, I like the choice.
Oh, dude.
Kenny, we weren't talking about you, buddy. You can take your time, but we do appreciate it. Keep it under a minute, and you're the best, man. So keep it coming in. You guys are fathers. We are not. I would imagine you get your Father's Day gifts suck.
Father's Day is a fucking sham, dude. It's a sham.
You got to get something, a card, something.
Yeah, I mean, my wife will take my kids to get me something. Rosa she'll do something nicer, buy me something, but it's nothing like what we go through is for Mother's Day.
Yeah, I mean, I got like a bunch of nice golf attire this year, so
that's
I
sweet.
can't even
Yeah.
complain.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, then
Can't
I'll
bitch
just
about that.
complain by myself.
Yeah, well, let me
there's been
Me
years.
and Kenny got kicked in the dick,
But Kenny is right. Like, why are you going to ask me like what I want,
and then they'll give me nothing
and then
that
I
I
have to
want.
get anything I wanted? Like, yeah, if you're going to ask me, give me what I asked
Right.
for. If not, just give me a fucking roller and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Tape measure.
Give me a gift card.
Right.
Hey, fellas, Jason here. Grew up in Pittsburgh, now living down on the Outer Banks. Love the podcast. Keep it up. Just calling in for a gear grinder. I live in a residential neighborhood down here, sharing the roads with bikes. That's fine. I bike. I like that. That's fine. But I hate when you roll up on some of these motherfuckers that are in a group and they're riding like two abreast. Like, single file, please. Trying to get around you, trying not to hit you. But the absolute worst thing is when you roll up on these idiots and one picks the left side, one picks the right side. Like I'm supposed to split you down the middle. Like, God, I've bowled before. I'll hit that 7-10 split. Okay, I'll open my door and I'll knock you both over. All right, pick a side. So, these motherfuckers that just don't know how to ride on the road. It just grinds my gears. All right, guys, take it easy.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, I would imagine. I mean, if he lives in the Outer Banks, people ride bikes. Like, that's like the thing. They go on
and
a
it's
family
a bunch of
bike
people
ride
that are not even from there.
Well, it's a bunch of people that aren't really from there, obviously on vacation. And two, it's a bunch of people that haven't been on bikes probably in the better part of 10 years. And you go to the house and like there's a bunch of bikes there. Like, oh, let's ride bikes down to get ice cream. And like it's bad.
And you got Jason trying to get to work.
It's carnage out there.
Dude, the more bikers ride together, the more like emboldened they are to do some ignorant
everybody's
shit.
a hero.
Yeah.
Start yelling. They'll scream shit out at you. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll take all
Dude,
these
I've
out.
never seen that like the one on the left side and the right side. Like that's just crazy.
Yeah, like you said, you got a single foul, dude. You got to pick.
If you're in a bad mood, you're definitely going to split the uprights on that. That's dangerous.
You might hit the upright.
Right.
Fellas, Mike from Houston here. Hey, first off, Jack. I think it was Jack. Houston, PA, Washington County, you fucking dork.
No one knows. No one knows there's a fucking Houston
like
anywhere
an
around
hour
here.
away. Anyway, I do have one gear grinder this week, and it's these fucking dorks that are running around with them Birkenstocks fucking sandals on, and I don't mean women. I mean these dudes walking around Birkenstock sandals with the straps and all that shit. Like, that's women's shit, right? Am I wrong? I thought those ugly-ass sandals were strictly for women. They are ugly. These dudes look so fucking weird wearing them. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But let me get your guys' thoughts on that. And yeah, it's Houston, PA, guys. Houston, PA. Use your fucking heads. Love the show, boys. Later.
Oh, thanks.
All right, let's just stop. Let's stop for a second. Did anybody think Houston, PA?
I thought about it when we left. I'm like, nah. I mean, because I'm like, is there even a Houston in PA? Or is I know there's a California
there is.
PA.
84,
Yeah, right.
Right by 84.
Right
Yeah,
by 84. But
yeah.
I wasn't thinking that. I'm thinking, oh my God, one dude's North Carolina, Houston.
Right.
We're blowing the fuck
I was
up.
like, yeah, we're down in Texas. This is awesome.
Yeah, I was like, oh, DV's really stretching us out across the map. No one knows there's a fucking Houston in Westmoreland County. Nobody really knows how to get to Westmoreland County, to be honest with you.
It's Washington.
Whatever.
You're headed the wrong direction,
Same fucking thing, dude. Relax, and Birkenstocks are comfortable.
You wear Birkenstocks?
No, I'm
man.
just
No.
this thing called me a fucking dork.
Yeah.
So of course I'm going to take the other side. I heard they're really comfortable.
Dude, I didn't know what they were. My one cousin, he's a guy. I'm like, dude,
People rock the fuck out
what's
of
up with
those.
these sandals,
Who is it,
dude?
Paul?
He's like, dude, they're Birkenstocks, dude. I'm like, I don't even know what that means.
They're
but-
expensive.
It's like
Yeah,
the,
you get
it's
those,
like the
you get a
Jordan
5 grand weed.
sandals.
Yeah, I just don't like indoor sandals, but all right.
I think like
You don't got
Birkenstocks
wear
are
like a
terrible.
pair of like house flip flops.
House shoes.
I do, but like
Yeah.
we were out at like an event center.
That's crazy. Put your toenails away.
Right.
Yeah, nobody wants to see your athlete's foot.
Nobody. Yeah, no one needs to see your hairy toes.
Gross.
Hey, what's going on? This is Steve from Southside. You know what, man? First time caller, long time listener. Y'all been making me absolutely laugh on a Wednesday, dude. Thank you. But I do got a gear grinder, man. Like there is two Americas. Them dogs in a fucking anywhere else besides someone else's living room, they're a blight. You know what I mean? Like I have to bring my dog. Like I got a guide dog, right? And I've had sight in my life, lost it or later on. And this dog gave me independence and freedom. And like, you have no idea, like sitting in a room, right? Looking for a bathroom, having to ask somebody else. It's a pain in the ass, right? This dog helps me find things. It's really great. And now all the fucking sudden, everybody else likes to bring their little fucking asshole dog into the mix, and it's an absolute blight. It sucks. Keep your fucking dogs at home. Yeah, it's one little gear grinder, man. And yeah, man. Everybody else, I appreciate you. Thanks for doing what you do, and peace.
Does he keep saying it's absolute blight?
Yeah.
What is
He's
that?
saying it's a blight, meaning like he has a reason to have the dog.
Yeah,
And
no,
everybody
But then
else
there's
does
the
it for no
people who
reason.
brings them.
no, I
like
thought
I said,
all that.
without their yeah.
I never heard the word blight before in my life. I don't think.
You don't know what a blight means?
I seriously don't think I ever heard it before in my life.
Well,
Like
Jack,
a blight
you learn
on
something new every
society.
day.
Yeah, no, never heard it. New word for me.
The word,
I
yeah.
was going to be honest.
Congratulations.
Have you heard it before?
Yeah.
Like the homeless, they're a blight of Southside.
Yeah. Like Steve, thanks for the call. I actually, once he said, I was thinking when I heard Southside Steven, and when you said, I know you, Steve. So thanks for calling in. But yeah, I 100% agree with you. You're right. You definitely deserve to have your service dog, but everyone don't need to have their service
Right,
dog.
he doesn't have a chihuahua that he carries in his purse.
Right,
you
if
know
you're a
what I mean?
normal person, you're like, I have anxiety.
Listen, I don't even care. No, for sure, service dogs first. Absolutely. But I mean, dude, if you want to bring your dog, who gives a fuck? There's other
But
shit
not every
going
dog's
on.
a service dog, all right?
No,
you can't
of
bring your
course it's
dog on a
not.
plane.
No, they're not even called service dogs. They're called like
Emotional support.
I got
Which is bullshit.
I gotta say,
Yeah.
but my girlfriend had a situation where like there was like a younger person at her work was like going nuts because she had to drive to the airport, lost her mind, and then like she came back to work and sat in a box, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, I need to sit in this box for a little bit. It's my sad box. Tears coming down her face. So my girlfriend was like, all right, you can go ahead and like do this for a couple minutes. We're totally cool with it, but like you gotta get back to work. And she said, well, now it's my mad box.
What a blight.
She should have
What a
kicked
fucking
her right in her
blight.
real box.
Dude, she should have fucking punched her in the box.
Get up, you fucking blight.
I was fucking dying. She's like, can you believe this shit? I'm like,
She should have been like, earthquake drill, and just
Yeah.
shook the fuck out of her
all
box.
you need is a lighter and it's a fucking burp box. Yeah. Real quick, go ahead, let you play it.
Hey, what's up? It's really bad people. Well, one of them, I'm just a person. But yeah, we are a hip-hop group down in Springfield, Missouri, where a lot of questionable things happen. It is what it is. But next week, we're going to be fucking with Pittsburgh because we are going to be on the next show of Greenfield's Finest. And it's going to be one for the books, man.
I actually looked up some of their stuff, and they're pretty funny, but they're like musicians, and they started a podcast and stuff, and they were like, hey, is there any chance we could come on? I'm like, we're going to have them come on and do a What Would Greenfield Do With Us? You know?
Okay.
Yeah, and then I think we're going to end up we're going to go do something on their podcast, same thing like a Zoom, but like that might be something that we start doing in the future more of, is like intermingling with other people that are kind of like trying to do the same thing, try to cross-promote. Them dudes coming on next week, really bad people. Check them out.
All right, let's take a little break.
All right, babe, take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more Greenfield's Finest Podcast. All right, if you're living down the south side inside of a cardboard box and your dog's chewing on your leg and you probably got 73 cents in your McDonald's cup, you're looking for a place to live. Well, guess what? I got good news. Carlson Associates is the place. They're specialized in not just in residential, but also commercial, multi-family investment, historic buildings, and everything else. So get that cardboard box, fold it up, get to the closest payphone, and make a call. Call 412-431-1718 to schedule an appointment. Carlson Associates will walk down to your cardboard box and show you other boxes all around the south side. Have a great day, folks, and tell them Z-Bird sent you. Oh, yeah, brother. I just drove past your house, and it looks like your wall's falling down. That's not good for business, because guess what? If that wall comes down, I'm climbing up that hill and banging your old lady. So, yeah, every one of your neighbors thinks you're a giant piece of shit and you can't afford a new wall. Well, guess what? I got a phone number now you can. You better call Just Walls at 412-889-4401. Fully insured, and build that wall before I come up here and I bang your old lady. Dig it! Hey, what's going on, everybody? Z-Bird from Greenfield's Finest Podcast. Right now, if you're sitting in your house and you're going to go up to the bathroom and you're shitting inside a plastic bucket, you're probably in trouble. Then if you go into your bedroom and there's buzzards flying in because you ain't got no fucking windows, you're in real trouble. Well, guess what? I got good news. Bath Factory and Window, 412-951-3939. They'll handle all your bathroom and window repairs. They've been in business for over 100 years, and their great-great-grandfather came over on the Mayflower, and he installed the first shitter in the White House. So you can trust Bath Factory and Window at 412-951-3939. Stop shitting on a bucket and getting eaten by buzzards. Hey, what's going on, everyone? I just drove by your house. You got a giant hole in the side. What's that for? So you can stick your dick in it and your old lady can suck it. You're better than that, man. Get that hole patched up. Why don't you call S&L Remodeling LLC? They do roofing, siding, gutters, downsides, soffit, fascia, and they'll fix that hole so your wife quit sucking everyone's dick. 412-628-9717. And tell them Z-Bird sent you. We're sick of seeing your wife sucking all that cock. Hey, if you're looking for a fun night out in the South Side and you don't want to get punched in the face, check out Finn McCool's at 1501 Carson Street. Go there, have a good time, and don't get punched in the face. Finn McCool's, 1501 Carson Street, and tell them Z-Bird sent you. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I don't know if you've ever had a problem like me, but if you've ever stuck your dick in the light socket, you're probably going to need an electrician. Well, good thing Greenfield's Finest Podcast has Plug Electric as our official electricians of the Greenfield Finest Podcast. If you're looking for a good electrician, contact Plug Electric. Ask for Vance Hall. Phone number 412-298-6770. That's 412-298-6770. And stop sticking your dick in the light socket. Podcast, we're about to jump into the corn dick of the week. Moneyline, who be corn dicking this week?
Rudy Giuliani. Old Rudy G back at it again. Rudy G said he got attacked at a grocery store, and if he wasn't in such good shape, he could have been killed. Turns out some dude just patted old Rudy on the back. There's videotape evidence. Goes around, started some shit about Roe versus Wade with him. Not sure what that has to do with old Rudy G. He's out of his mind. But Rudy G, like, pressed charges, whole 9 yards, said he was severely attacked. It was literally, kid went like this to him.
And when he said he went up to him, he's like, called him like a effing scumbag.
Yeah, he talked some shit.
Yeah.
But Rudy G said he got attacked, got patted on his back. Rudy G, we got to put him down.
What happened to him, man?
Got to put him down.
He went from America's mayor to fucking a goofball.
Like, he wasn't always so goofy, dude. Do you think he got on the drugs?
He's on the sauce.
I hope
heavy
so.
drinking?
Man,
heavy drinking.
Something's manipulating that brain.
Right.
Because, like, he always could have been a weirdo, but he was a good speaker, at least, I feel like.
Right. He seemed like a stand-up guy, cleaned up New York, like, you know.
Took down the mob.
Then he just, now he's just like, he lived too long.
In reality, he's probably just a weirdo forever. And
he just hit it better before?
And I just think it's, you know, everybody finds out about everything now. So
there was less coverage, is what you're saying,
dude. He went off the deep end when he was on that.
He's on the Masked Singer.
The Masked Singer.
He had
That's
that
weird.
fucking beard dye rolling, or that hair dye rolling down his fucking forehead. Rudy G's had a tough stretch. I mean, he's been on Corn Dick the better 4 to 6 times, I bet, in the past 4 to 6 months.
But the video is insane. If you watch the video, it literally, like, I didn't hear it was said, but if you watch it, it's literally a guy. You would think, if you didn't know any of the situation, you think it's a guy that's seen his friend at the store.
Literally.
He goes up and pats him on the back. It's not a slap. It's not. That's why I was like, that's fucking crazy.
It didn't look violent at all.
No.
No, he's a nut. He's getting crushed for it, too. Like, dude, put him in a home. You know, give him some water every once in a while. Yep, some
play
drugs.
The beach ball game.
Yeah, here's some beach ball game. Seabird,
He's
go
on
play
his
the beach.
way.
Here's some Xanax, whatever you need, Rudy. You got it. Time to pass away, buddy. We need you to pass away, my man. Speaking of old-ass crazy politicians, Nancy Pelosi elbows little girl in the head. Did you guys see that?
I seen that.
Dude, what the fuck's going on? That was like it was a congresswoman's daughter. Like up on stage with her.
Texas from Texas.
Yeah, representative or something. Yeah. And like I guess she got a little too close for Pelosi's liking, and she just gave her a little shove.
Forearm shiver.
When I first saw it, I saw like a Photoshop, and it was her, the girl falling off the stage. I was like, oh my god! And then I saw the real version. It was just the elbow. Still insane to elbow a little girl in her head. Definitely on purpose. But she didn't go off the stage. But, I mean, these old politicians, we need an age limit. We got to. She also put her in the room with Rudy. They can hit it off. They could pass away together.
Dude, there's a whole old age home running this country right now.
Put them down.
Yeah.
Put them on an island. Leave them there. Maybe give them like a couple wild animals. If they can figure it out, they can figure it out. If they can't, they can't.
Give them a knife and a fire starter.
And a donkey.
Yeah.
Maybe they can fuck it. Who cares?
Shit is getting crazy, and these old assholes are the ones fucking it all up. Zach Cranky, pitcher for the Dodgers? Giants? Little kid asked him to sign a baseball. He says, sure, no problem, kid. Takes the baseball. Crow hops it in the stands before the game. And the kid was like, oh, my God, why would you do that? He's like, for my amusement.
The kid should have found the baseball and beamed him in the head.
He had to be drunk, right? You can't. If you do that drunk, shit happens.
Funny.
If you do that sober,
I can't figure out.
We gotta put you on the island with Rudy.
Funniest thing I've ever heard.
I think it's pretty funny.
I think it's funny, but like he might need to go to the island too. If you're just crow hopping fucking little kid baseballs.
How old was the kid?
He was about 10.
Yeah,
old enough to learn a lesson, I guess.
And he said, "Why would you do that?" He's like, "For my amusement."
Did he never gave another ball? That was just it. He
didn't say he gave him another ball. That was all the story.
Dude,
you'll never ask anybody for anything ever again. If you're that kid,
that's a good life lesson for that kid. Actually,
learn to do things on your own. Sign your own ball, kid.
Quit asking for shit.
Can you imagine if you're like childhood hero?
Dude,
you finally muster up the balls to ask him to fucking sign something.
Some of them kids that go to the game earlier, pushy as hell.
They are, and like this would be really funny, and if it was like an adult autograph seeker. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be hilarious.
That'd be better.
It'd be better if he signed it and then just fired it at the other end of the field.
Like, go chase you old weirdo.
Piece of shit.
FDA bans Joel.
Yeah.
This is bad news for the children. The kids need their Joels.
Yeah, dude.
But don't get me wrong. The FDA banning Joel, that's like the FDA like banning like Newports, right? It's just like a version of a vape cigarette. There's a million other vape cigarettes out there, right?
They only banned the Juul, but then like so many companies have a version of the Juul.
Right, but the only reason they banned it because they say we were marketing it directly to kids or some shit.
But
right?
in all reality, it's bullshit. Like
they had too
all
much.
of it's getting directed towards kids.
Big tobacco, like fucking has a big pull in the fucking politics, and they're like, dude, this Joel's crushing us.
Joel had too much of the market.
Doesn't tobacco run
they
Joel?
They own that. Yeah.
Who owns Joel from
the tobacco company?
Was
There's
it
tobacco
Philip Morris?
in it.
Philip Morris or whatever.
Own Joel?
Yeah, I mean they didn't start them, but I'm pretty sure they bought them out because they wanted a piece of the action.
That was like their way of getting.
See, I thought Joel had
in the kids now.
See, I thought Joel had too much of like the market, and that's why the FDA came down on him to try to.
I was under the impression that. That's tobacco. Tobacco companies trying to find new shit to
people
that's what I heard as well.
Sure, Yeah, I guess you're right. But let the kids have the Joel. The kids need their Joel.
Just smoke a Newport, you bunch of pussies. You know what I mean?
That's something else.
Just take a dip.
Something else that got brought up was interesting. I was talking about this. He was like, dude, like back at All Rice, if you were in 8th grade, you could shadow someone who was 1 grade above you. And Rosario was like talking about he shadowed his sister. It was his first day ever in All Rice. He was in the 8th grade, and people were smoking cigarettes in the hallway.
Yeah.
But by the time we got there the next year, you weren't a lot of students were smoking, teachers, students. But the next year, like, you can't smoke in the school. But all the kids went to the back of the school. So, like, they just let kids smoke. It wasn't like you couldn't smoke. You just had to go to the back of the school in this certain area. And that's where everyone hung out at all the fucking time. And now there's no way that they're letting kids smoke outside.
Now you can't. Yeah, there's no. So, like, something like the Joel, it's real easy to sneak it in and just.
Well, that's the thing. The kids were smoking them all over the place. And they had to
think
put
about
their
that
foot down.
solution at All Rice. Like, hey, you can't smoke, but you can go outside of the school in between classes and not come back in 15 to 20 minutes late because you smoked.
And smell like a hot-ass Marlboro Red.
Marlboro Reds were that was
Red
a big
apples
deal.
were hitting it.
None
back
of us
then.
even smoked in high school, but we all hung out back here.
We all smelled like Marlboro Reds.
Everyone just fucking hung out back here.
Because this is what we were talking about before the show started. Like, people that smoke squares, like, on jobs still, like, you know, if you got, like, an office job, people going, like, oh, I got to go smoke a cigarette. They're walking out of the building every 15 minutes to go, or every 15 minutes, every hour for 15 minutes to take a cigarette break. Not fair to the people
right.
who don't smoke
if I don't smoke, I should be able to get a
cigarette.
cigarette
When
break.
I worked for a company, like, the dudes that smoke, they're like, we're going to smoke. I was like, word. I'm coming with you,
I'm
coming outside.
motherfuckers.
Like, you don't smoke. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm coming to sit here with
I'm
you
getting
guys.
some of that
You guys are
secondhand
wasting
shit.
15 minutes. I'm wasting fucking 15 minutes. I'm being here fucking cleaning up like a
You know,
goofball.
working.
Yeah, are
Right.
you nuts? Because I'm not fucking killing myself. Did you? I smoked a square once and I got so sick it was insane. Thank God. I couldn't get it down.
I never really wanted to smoke, but drinking, I'm like, yeah, I'll try. I think I smoked a Newport once, and I'd never felt so fucked up in my life.
Same.
You were with me.
Yeah,
we were
I threw
driving
up.
around. John was like, let me hit
Oh
that.
yeah, I threw up.
I did Newport once because they said after you smoke weed, if you smoke the Newport, you got like
That's
way
how
higher.
everybody learns
you
to
just,
smoke.
You just get like way more nauseous. And I tried the chew once, the same thing. I ate it like an idiot, and I just ruined my whole
I
entire
didn't
night.
eat it. I took some of Yogi's peach chew. We were golfing because he like made it look so like so good.
It looks cool.
Everybody looks so relaxed.
Yeah, it looks cool. It looks fun. You spit. You know, you're
Dude, I had to
talking with a
leave
big
at
lip.
the 14th hole. I'm like, dude, I'm nauseous. I'm gonna throw up.
It's like almost a food poisoning, like
Dude,
nauseous.
it's
terrible.
it's like an overdose of fucking nicotine. Like the Red Man Chaw. If I smell it now, I'll puke. Dude. You do a little bit of that and you swallow some juice.
I haven't seen a bag of chaw in a while, man.
If you're in recovery, it's almost impossible not to smoke. Because I never smoked my whole life till I got clean. I tried cigarettes for like a year, hated it, ended up getting on the chew. But like it was like I realized like the key to staying sober is nicotine. You know what I mean? It's like you got to get on something. You know what I mean?
Caffeine and nicotine.
Yeah, so you're like fucking everyone in there's hammering
Sweets.
coffee, eating 30 Kit Kats and fucking
Nerves are shot.
chewing a can a day. You know what I mean?
We had a doctor carrying a heart after a helicopter crash at the hospital helipad. So it was San Diego. Helicopters coming in the helipad to make this major like heart transplant. Helicopter crashes.
It came in hella fast.
Yeah, it came in hella fast. They hella crashed. They get the heart out of the crashed helicopter to the doctor. Doctor's walking in. Doctor falls, drops the heart. They picked it up and they put it in some bastard. But I think this was God trying to say, like, hey, we're not going to save this guy. He's done some bad
What
things.
has he done?
Yeah, because we wrecked the helicopter and then dropped the heart. Maybe let this guy pass away.
Who was it? Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah.
Sure, he was like, it was none of my goddamn organs. I know that.
Yeah. You don't want this heart.
This dude might have been a big blight to his family. It's like fucking
A blight to society.
Yep. But think about that. What are the chances? Like, oh man, like finally getting a heart transplant.
Yeah,
like,
that's an
the
omen.
helicopter crash. We're gonna need a few minutes. Oh, we got the heart. Great. We dropped your heart. We got to clean it off and we got to fire it back in.
there's
There.
Well,
gravel
they
on
had
it.
like cleaned like hair off of it.
Yeah.
It's like, what was he just holding it in his hand?
A raw heart.
That shit's usually like in a cooler.
No cooler. They went raw.
he was raw dogging that heart.
Yeah.
dude.
He just passed it to
That's
the
how
dude.
bad. Yeah, so they took it out of somebody. Like we need it now, and they were flying and raw dogged it, rolled around, they picked it up, they
Like
squirted
Indiana
it off.
Jones.
It was covered in fucking pebbles and shit.
Yep.
They had to rinse it off.
He's like hum num jabai, hum num.
We had the NYPD confiscate 100 street bikes. They lined them all up, and then they ran them over with a bulldozer, just like send a message.
That's
Really?
hilarious.
Yeah.
Why?
Tell your friends.
I mean, it was a problem here. Like last summer, I feel like the kids were just fucking in the streets riding around.
Yeah,
fucking,
the Vroomers.
The Vroomers, but like they were going in packs of like 50. I haven't seen them
Dude,
this summer.
they did that over at Koga's. It was like 100
seen it
people
on
with quads
Beechwood,
and
yeah.
all kinds of shit.
They did, like Philly, it's huge. Baltimore, it's real big. I guess New York too. They ride around. They terrorize the streets. But like, can't you like auction these bikes off and like get some
Right.
money out of them? Like what? Like,
How do you just destroy it?
They had them all lined up and they had a bulldozer and it just ran over all these fucking bikes. Like I feel like you could have did something. You went all through the trouble to confiscate them, then just run them
sell
over.
get some revenue.
NYPD, man, they're going back to back with us too. They arrested a guy in the subway. He plays the saxophone and he dances. So he's in the subway every night. He's not soliciting any money. He's just trying to have everybody have a good time,
Set a mood.
good vibes. And they gripped this dude up like he was a fucking murderer. It was insane. It's like, dude, of all the shit going on in New York, you're worried about fucking running over some bikes and some guy playing the fucking.
That's got to be the least of people's worry on that subway.
Yeah.
I'm scared of the subway, man.
Jack, we were
I don't think I'd go on.
No, Zebra was like, hey, we'll
During
take
the day, maybe.
No, we was nighttime.
Yeah, Zebra was like, yeah, I mean, we take the subway. I was like, we sure can't.
Good way to get. Yeah.
No, I ain't going down there with those.
Good way to get knifed.
Yeah, good way to get knifed. A great way to get lost. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know what direction we're going to. I got lost on the 56E before. You think I'm fucking hopping on the subway and fucking trying to figure that out? No fucking way. I was like, we'll go on a little walk, buddy. I got Uber money. We'll be all right. I'm not going down there. And like the entrance was so like
It was so sketchy.
it was so weird looking. I'm like, nope.
It was
What
like
do
the
you mean?
gate
I
of
was
hell.
like,
It looked
nope.
like you were going into a child molester's basement. It was like lights flickering and just creepy people all over the place.
In a very like
What's it,
narrow.
candy?
It was a very narrow like stairwell too. I was like, nah, I'm not going down there, dude. I'm like, we're good. We,
like single file.
we just ate a bunch of pizza. We could walk us off. We had a Burger King employee that's been there for the bit of Burger King, same Burger King, 27 years. Burger King wanted to do something nice for him. They gave him a goodie bag of Reese cups and a keychain. 27 years. And he said in the past they would give people like checks for being there for so long. So my man thought he was getting a check. He got some Reese cups and a keychain. In his defense, he wasn't complaining at all. He was making a video like, oh, 27 years. Happy to be here. Thanks, Burger King. And the internet was like, dude, what? You've been at this job for 27 fucking years and they gave you a bag of Reese Cup minis? And then I also said, he went on like the Today Show or one of those like daytime shows. He was the most nice, normal, like just happy to be there, grateful dude in the world. And like I was like at the end of it, I'm like, all right, this TV show's gonna give him something, or somebody like the CEO of Burger King's gonna come out, give his dude 10 grand or like a car or some shit. Nothing.
Nobody,
dude.
no go fund me for the old guy.
They finally fired one up, and I think he's starting to get some steam on it. Like, dude, get the guy something. Reese Cups, 27 years at Burger King.
Yeah, he needs like a VIP pass.
You think the Today Show they'd bring him on there?
It wasn't. It was like a knockoff at
Well,
Today's Show.
you'd say they'd bring him on a show and they'd explain the story and say, hey, but we'd like to say
Right.
thank you for your service. And here's a check for $10,000. And then he goes nuts and say, well, thanks for coming on and telling your story. We just exploited you to use you for content.
Right.
Yeah.
So his original story went viral, and then that story went viral. They're like, what's up with this show not giving this dude like $1,000 or something? Like, this is insane.
Dude, remember the homeless dude they found who had like that, like
The voice of an angel.
The voice of an angel.
Yeah.
And then like everybody like got him a job and got him like this high end job, and then he ended up.
He
like,
went back to the street.
He went back to he never stopped smoking crack.
Yeah, he got 40 grand. It's just bought more crack.
You know how much crack you can buy for 40 grand?
If you give a homeless person $40,000, they're going to spend it on crack. I know. I was homeless before.
No one ever gave you 40 grand.
No one ever gave me 40 grand. I sure as fuck. I would probably go to a hotel for 3 days and buy a bunch of crack.
Like, hey, maybe we should send this guy to treatment for a couple months. Then we'll let him get his 40 grand before we just let him buy all this crack.
He's like, stock. The economy's bad. Put all your money in crack.
We had a family tell their son if he graduates in the top, he wasn't doing too well in school. Told him if he graduates in the top, if he turns it around and graduates in the top of his class, they'll make a big special day out of his graduation, give him a limo, dinner, whole 9 yards. The kid does it, graduates like 3rd or 4th in his class. He's standing in front of his limo. Some miserable cocksucker teacher takes a picture of it and said, "This kid didn't even graduate," and like it went viral and it just ruined this whole kid's graduation.
The craziest thing about this, because I did you see that teacher wasn't even from that fucking school?
I missed that part.
Yeah, the teacher wasn't even from that school because his mother was like, he's not even a teacher there. Like, I don't know why he would do this. And, like, the kid ended up, like, getting, like, a special, like, before this happened, like, the top so many kids got a special luncheon with the principal. It was, like, a major deal. Kid was, like, in the middle of the class, busted his dick, and ended up, his mom got him a limo. Like, they interviewed her. She was just like, I just can't believe, why would he take the time out to do this and say he didn't even graduate? Like, on the end of it being, like, funny, like a heckler, if it was, like, one of his boys or something. But, like, for you to be a teacher and do that, that's, like, fucked up.
Yeah, and it went viral, and it fucked him over. Like, ruined his whole graduation.
But the teacher's going to be gone.
Toast. So my graduation day was ruined. You know, like, you go down to the convention center, like, to practice graduation the day of graduation. I go down there, you know, you're not really paying attention to what's going on. We do the walkthrough. I leave. And, like, I was kind of on the fence with, like, graduating. Like, I knew I was going to get it, but, like, I wasn't there was a dicey class.
What'd you do?
It was an algebra class that, like, I, like, failed, and I didn't know if I had enough credits. So it was when Miss Chalmers was still a vice principal or something. Like, you went there and, like, hey, and they would tell you if you graduate or not. She's like, no, you're good. Like, don't worry about it. So I'm like, all right, cool, nothing to worry about. Day of graduation, go down to graduation. John Welch, that's me, by the way. Go get my diploma, open it up, nothing in it.
Empty.
And I'm like, the people are like, you know, my parents are trying to get me to, like, take a picture of my diploma, like, holding it up. You know what I mean? There's nothing in the diploma. I'm like, there's nothing in it, dude. My face is beat red. I'm furious. I go over to fucking the VP. I'm like, what is this, dude? You told me I was good. Like, do I got to go to summer school? Where's my diploma? And she's like, you are good. Like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm asking you, like, what? Did I graduate high school? Or can I go to Ocean City? Or I got to go to summer school? And she was like, well, do you know any library books? I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like, what did somebody tell me? And like, well, they read off a list, like, today, at the very end, but, like, people were leaving. And I'm like, they're like, go find Miss Chirosi. So I go find Chirosi. She was like, you owe $2 and $2 and a quarter or some shit like that. I was like, you held my diploma because I didn't pay a fucking library book that were $2. And she's like, you got to pay it or you don't get your diploma, dude. I was ready to
here's a $5.
Rip my rippers. So they didn't even have it on there. My dad had to, like, the next, like, week had to go up there and, like, get it. I'm sitting there, like, the same thing happened to another girl. Same exact thing. She is crying fucking tears, like, hyperventilating, like, crying. They were ruining kids' graduations for, like, a $3 fine. It was insane.
That was their last fuck you.
Yeah, thanks, all right.
Miss Rosie didn't play games.
But
She was from Greenfield, too.
She didn't show
That's
us
why
too much
she was
love.
tough on all of us.
She didn't
dude.
show us too much love, man.
Was she the in-house
She
teacher?
was
Yes,
in-house.
she loved me
Yes.
because I was always in there.
Yeah, she was an in-house teacher.
That's the only time you were at school.
Yeah, I know.
Kyle Rittenhouse unveils video game where he goes around shooting fake news turkeys. What the fuck?
That's crazy.
What a blight.
Blight on
I mean,
society.
that's cashing in on your moment.
Yeah,
right
he's
there.
gonna be cashing in on that as long as he can.
We got a woman that's sexually attracted to a fence.
Yeah.
This video is one of the weirder videos. I watch a lot of videos for this show.
You see some of those new fences.
This is one of the weirder videos I've seen in a long time. She's, like, sitting on the fence, like, straddling it, and it's like it's a sharp fence. It's not one of those.
It's a picket.
Yeah.
Picket.
But it's a picket, but, like, it's not your normal picket. It's like going in. It's like a sharp, like, diagonal, and she's sitting on it and she's rubbing it, and she's like, I don't know what's happening here, but it's something sexual that I would imagine that happens between, like, humans also. I'm, like, looking at, like, dude, what the fuck is going on?
Aren't you a human? You have no
And
idea.
she's very attracted to, like, inanimate objects. She, like, said she wanted to marry the fucking what's that tower in France?
The Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel
That's
Tower.
yeah.
She wanted to marry
Anything with
that.
a point on it.
That
Yeah,
all phallic
anything she
symbols.
could put her cunt on, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what the fuck is going
She's
on?
like,
What'd she look like?
I sucked off the
Weird.
toilet paper roll. Like
I mean, not,
that.
not that weird, but like not good, but not like
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you seen her, you wouldn't say, yeah, she probably masturbates with a toilet paper roll. But like, you know what I mean? You'd be like, nah, she's normal.
Why are you masturbating on my? Why are you humping my fence?
Yeah, and like she like was, man. She was like gripping it up. And I was like, they were playing. They
what-
were playing like weird music behind it. I'm like, what the fuck?
It was
man?
like boom, chicka, wow.
What are those new fences called? They're also like decks too. They're real nice. They're like
Trex.
yeah, the Trex. Is it Trex?
Track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was one of those, that's a nice looking fence. That's a fence you could fuck. But like, not an old picket fence. Like, I don't know how she was sitting on this
You
thing,
catch a
dude.
splinter.
Had to be going right up.
Yeah, she
right
got
up
Splinter
there,
City
man.
in her coach.
Yeah, do yourself a favor. Take a minute, look this story up because it's
Terrible.
fucked up.
Pull them splinters out your pussy.
Last corn dick. We had a lady who bought a gallon of Blue Bloody ice cream, and when she opened it up, there was a dead frozen frog right on the top of it.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Dude.
That-
That wasn't a little frog.
No,
either.
it was a big old
That was a
toad.
toad.
Yeah, it was a big old toad. Did you guys ever find anything weird in your food like that?
Weirdest thing ever. This ain't even that weird. Just like when I cracked an egg, it was like a fucking chicken. It was like a
What?
little. It was like a.
It was
little
like a fetus.
Yeah, it was a little baby chicken.
Really?
Yeah, I've
I swear
seen
to
that
God.
before.
Yeah, it fucking freaked
You
me
got to
out.
get the farm fresh eggs for that.
That's what
though.
it was.
Yeah, that ain't no giant egg.
So wait a minute. How did it make it? It just started. It was about to be.
I don't know.
Because they're not like radiated or whatever when you get them from
homogenized.
homogenized.
Homogenized. Yeah, it wasn't It was off a guy that I worked with. That like he came down from Greenfield. I was like, dude, I'll take a dozen eggs. And I remember I went and cracked.
Was
the
it the
egg.
brown shells?
Yeah, and it was red. When I opened it, was yellow with red.
That's
and it
a
was little
fetus.
fetus. I'm like, oh,
Like
fuck.
it was just like a real like mini like chicken.
Real small chicken fetus.
Chicken.
It looked like a little miniature chicken.
Yeah, with no feathers.
with no hair. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was bald.
Oh.
That's horrible.
I know.
Why did you say that? He's like, you said this is kind of normal. That's not normal.
No, it
That-
does-
yeah.
It
Did
does
that, you
happen.
happened to you before?
Well, so my aunt used to have chickens, and like we would get the eggs from there, and yeah, every once in a while
Ooh.
you'd find it, or you'd even find an egg, and it would just have like a dot of red in it, and that's like the
beginning of the
right, the
baby.
zygote as they
Did
call
you
it.
eat that little abortion chicken?
This is Roe versus
you didn't
Colonel
scramble that
Sanders.
baby up?
No, I was like, fuck this. It was weird because it was in a pan. I'm like, ugh.
Oh man, yeah, that would freak. The weirdest thing.
That's
I
pretty
ever,
gross.
The
Yeah.
weirdest thing ever happened to me. There was change in like I got an orange pop, but we were at a basketball game when I was a kid. St. Rosalia's, it was like St. James or something like that, and like they sold me a pop, and I like. You know, I gave it one of these, and I heard like something in it. And I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" I opened it up. There was like change in there, and like the ladies didn't believe me. They're like, "You must have put that in there." I'm like, "No, it totally seems that way, but I'm telling you, it didn't." And they're like, "You want a new pop?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, because there's coins in mine."
That aren't mine.
But yeah, but I don't know how they got there. And they're like, "We'll give you a new one. We know they put you." I was like, "Listen, as long as I get a new root beer, like
You
whatever."
can think whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just give me my fucking
I
pop.
assure you, I didn't put any change into my pot.
Dude, I at the TGI Fridays in the waterfront, I was down there with some chick one time, and she had a whole grasshopper in her salad.
Yeah, I think that's kind of normal though.
That's what I hear. But
Yeah.
still, dude, it was like,
I sold some
Dude,
grasshopper salads in my day.
you don't, yeah, dude. If you don't like, I mean, it was just green, just laying there like this, dude. I'm like,
It
holy.
was dead.
It was dead, yeah, but it was definitely green and mixed in nicely with the salad. You could
Definitely a
you definitely
hopper.
see somebody
That's
ate
your
it.
protein.
Dude, yeah, if you don't catch that and you put your dressing over that, you're gonna eat
You're
that
gonna eat
hopper.
it, yeah.
I don't need to be eating hoppers,
Extra
man.
croutons.
That'd be pretty good for you, though.
Very crispy.
Brother in arms. We have. I shouldn't have made this guy a brother in arms. Brother in arms were a little light this week, so bear with us. My man Larry airdrop, not Larry the producer, Larry the creep on the airplane. Airdrop pics of his dick to the whole entire plane, and he got caught on TikTok. So the lady sitting next to him thought Larry was up to something weird, and she was right. She got an airdrop from him. Well, he just sent it to the whole plane. She opened it up, and it was fat little Larry's dick.
Little dick.
And she told on him immediately, rightfully so.
But wait, you're missing. Larry's like 70 years old.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Larry looks like the dude off Parks and Rec, Jerry, real fat old guy. the stewardess goes up to him. She was like, "Did you do this?" And he was like, he tried to play it off. It was like a joke, and like they jumped down Larry's throat, rightfully so. Poor Larry thought he was pulling a little prank. I'm not really buying that. I think Larry's a major fucking creep. But that was his like way to get out. Like, oh, sorry, I apologize. Like it was just, haha, here's my dick, airplane.
Yeah.
And he didn't seem like he was drunk or anything. He just seemed strange.
Just a sick son of a
You
bitch.
can't be airdropping your dick to them.
You can't be dick dropping on motherfuckers, dude.
Not to a whole airplane, and like it.
And if you do it, when we're deplaning. You don't do it mid-flight.
No, and he's going to be in some trouble here.
Yeah, they said that the cops were there waiting for him.
The cops were going to be there, and like if Larry has a job, Larry's getting fired from that job.
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's not at a school or a park. I can promise you that.
You're not allowed within 500 feet of the school, Larry.
And I also made OJ.
Again.
I also made OJ a brother in arms. Let's bump these two back to Corn Dicks. We'll go Larry Corn Dick, OJ Corn Dick. OJ Simpson was hit with a new lawsuit by Ron Goldman's family from the 1994 murder. He says Goldman owes him over $70 million now, and OJ's only paid $132,000 so far.
You're not going to see much more of that.
No, but if I was Goldman's fucking parents and you see OJ on fucking Twitter living his life at a different country club every fucking day, or just could be whatever, golfing every day, how don't you go kill him?
I would be so furious. And then like the crazy thing is like OJ chimes in on like shit like he shouldn't chime in on. Like when Carol Baskins, he like chimed in on that and was like, he was like, that woman definitely killed her husband. That man's Tiger Shushimi. And I'm like, dude,
hey OJ,
murdering your like significant other is probably not category you should jump into.
Right.
You know what I mean?
OJ's lawyer like, listen, dude, you don't have any money. You haven't paid me ever. Like, but like we like you. Get off Twitter, buddy. All you're doing is making all these fucking like. Could you imagine being her dad just watching that and like OJ's having time of his life talking about fantasy football every week? Like,
didn't he just recently say he's like, I don't like to go. I like to stay out of L.A. He's like, because I feel like, God forbid, I could be sitting next to the murderer of my wife.
He said that?
Yeah.
He's bold, man.
Yeah, dude, he got nuts of steel,
fuck,
dude.
He wrote the book. If I did it, I mean, how fucked up is that? I mean,
if I did it, I would have done exactly how it happened.
Yeah, like, you gotta have fucking balls this big.
He's just in Fort Lauderdale fucking Pittsburgh girls.
Good for him.
Oh, man. Johnny Depp is bringing back Captain Jack Sparrow. Signed a $301 million deal.
Seems like things worked out for him.
For sure. I'm sure Johnny Depp's never going to see that $8 million that Heard owes him. It's going to be the OJ, very similar to the OJ payment plan from hell. But 301, and I bet like he just pitched to them like, dude, look what Top Gun just did. With the Pirates need to be back, and they're like, you're absolutely right.
Well, plus he's been the hottest thing in the news for the past 3 months.
People are gonna go. I'll go see that.
We're all going to see it.
Like they made one too many Pirates movies like in a row, and it got a little much. But like the first couple were really good. I'll go see a new Pirates movie for sure.
I would love it if like part of the movie he was like, "Yarg, there's a turd in me bed."
It'll be the tale of the lost turd.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to tie that in a little bit somehow.
There got to be a pile of shit in his bed.
And then he'll look like directly at the camera and give a wink like,
yeah.
That would be
I mean, if that's how they just like open a new Pirates movie, like he's just all drunk, all rummed up, and he opens up, like flips over the covers, and there's a pile of shit, and he flips it up real quick, like looking around. That would be unbelievable.
I want to see him blowing the biggest reel of coke, and then like look up with a fucking in his pirate accent and say, "Yar, he's shitting me bed." Shiver me timbers.
Oh, you should send that to fucking the Hollywood studios. Let them know. Like, we got an idea.
I got a way to start the movie if you guys were interested.
That shit would be so fucking funny.
Dude, it would be. I mean, everyone would go see it just for be like, dude, you see what Depp did at the beginning? He blew a fucking giant reel of coke, and then he said, "Yarder, shit in me bed." And then if the poop, like if you took the shit, but like you superimposed Amber Heard's face on it, would be the. There's a pile of shit.
Or you cast an actress that looks just like her.
Yeah, you're getting a little nut. Yeah, maybe that too. That's a good idea.
Shat.
Well, you might say you're getting a little crazy. We're talking about pooping beds.
No, but I'm saying like that could be like
you're taking it too far now.
Yeah, like Heard's face, leave it out. But like if he seriously was all rummed up And they just open up the movie. He's in bed drunker than hell, and he just flips over some covers and here's some shit, and he covers it back up real quick. You know how funny that would fucking be?
Oh, dude.
That would be great.
I do. That's why we've been talking about it.
Yeah.
It's just, man. But yeah, then you guys will start talking crazy to superimpose Amber Heard's head.
On the turd.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got away from me.
That's what I'm here for, to reel you back in a little bit. Brittany Griner, court date is set July 1st. She's facing 10 years in a Russian jail. Man, I feel horrible for this chick.
For hash oil, that's it.
Yeah. Well, I think it was just a vape cartridge.
If I'm in come get me, dude.
Dude, yeah.
Come get me.
Well, did you hear?
Like,
Did you hear?
famous.
Russia was like, yeah, we'll let her go, and you gotta let some dude that's like international spy. They want to trade her for him, and America was like, no, dude, no way.
Yeah, dude.
WNBA, is that a thing?
I'm saying you're gonna put an American away for 10 years for hash. I mean, your government got to get your back a little bit.
You got to go get her.
You got to go get her, dude.
That is, I can't believe it's going on like this. She's actually, I mean, she's gonna get. They're not gonna. It's not gonna be not guilty.
No,
she's gonna be.
She's fucked. She's fucked.
Yeah,
right.
She's already been in it for how long? About 6 months.
At least.
Dude, she's been there for a while. She got detained. Yeah.
She's fucked, man. I can't believe this story's still going on.
That's fucking sad. I mean, hopefully she gets out. I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard anything of America stepping in, so like I don't know what's going on. But like if they're
But what's your bargaining chip?
right
Here,
You know what I
here,
mean?
dude. Here, just make it happen. Like, listen,
Like
dude.
you said, it's not going to be something little.
Maybe
Well, no, the thing-
grease
that's
him with
what
a
I'm
little
saying.
bit of cash and get her home.
But it's
dude.
such a big story. It's not something where you're just going to be like, okay, make a backdoor deal and she comes home. Like, it's a huge fucking deal.
Everyone's going to want to know exactly.
And everybody wants to save face.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like Russia, they're not playing small ball. They want to look like, yeah, we fucking this is what we want. Give it to us.
right.
And you can't do that as America, you know.
Speaking of Russian, Putin calls in retired general that looks like he's been enjoying retirement a little too much. He couldn't be any fatter. They brought it. He has to be the better part of 450 pounds.
Yeah.
They strapped him into like a camo onesie. He looks like
They put him back out there.
they put him back out there
On a mule.
Yeah, he looks insane. What was the wrestler back in the day?
King Kong Bundy.
No, the fuck, man.
What'd he do?
He was like a military guy.
Sergeant
Slaughter. Yeah. Dude, he looks like Sergeant Slaughter, but like 200 pounds heavier than Slaughter, dude.
Not American.
It is, yeah, not American. They just got this poor bastard sitting there in his camo onesie. His belly's out to here. And like, Russia brings back General blah, blah, blah. I'm like, they should have left that dude on the couch.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
left him with his borscht
He
and
ain't
his
ready,
vodka.
dude. Like, it's poor guy.
They brought him back from World War II. Get in there,
He
sir.
needs a couple weeks of training camp.
Yeah, like let him
He failed his physical.
Yeah.
let him go for a couple walks or something, man. He gotta drop a couple. Ben Affleck lets his kid drive his new Lamborghini. The kid wrecked it immediately. His 10-year-old son was like, "Hey, Dad, let me drive." He's like, "All right, son, let me," lets him drive like a little bit. Just immediately like ding the car in front of him. Ben Affleck's fault. The kid's 10 years old. You give him a Lambo. I mean, I would have trouble driving a Lambo
A little
for
bit
a
too
while.
much power for the
Way
10-year-old
too much
kid.
power, dude.
I think that was a cool move on his part.
It
Fuck
is
yeah,
cool.
what's that to him? He got
It is
it's
cool, but
insured.
like, let's go to a parking lot or something.
Right,
You know?
dude,
There
when
was
I
a
was-
car. There was
I'm
a car
Ben
behind him.
Affleck.
There was
I
a
can
car
do whatever
behind him.
I
There was a
want.
car in
I'm
front
saying
of
when
him.
I was younger, like my dad, like, yeah, here, steer the wheel. I'll go through the gas and
Yeah,
the brake.
Yeah, you sit on his
And,
lap
like,
and steer. Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like in the cemetery.
It
or
was
something
like, here,
that.
here's my
Yeah.
car on the regular road, son. You're 9 years old.
My dad's like, anything. I'm all banged up. You go drive the truck home tonight.
Dude, you remember when you got that brand new that maroon Bronco or Ford
Blazer.
Blaze or whatever it was?
Remember that?
First, Johnny got this brand new Blazer.
It was used.
It was used, new to
It was
you.
new to
That was your
Yeah.
first car, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was nice.
yeah, you talking about what?
Yeah,
I went
you want
did
to tell?
that-
You want to tell it?
Yeah, so I get brand new tires on it, dude. I'm like, there's like fucking. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna go do
6
donuts
inches
up
of snow.
Hammer. Yeah, I'm gonna go do donuts up Hammer. I fly up like 40 miles an hour, cut the wheel, and just slide sideways, 40 miles an hour, and
Into the curb.
into the curb, like boom, and just totally bent my frame. Somehow, still drove it home.
Dude, we were going to get we were drinking beer, going to get more beer, and we decided to do some donuts in the fucking in John's brand new car. that frame was so fucked up.
I remember I came after work.
Dude, they were like, how did you drive this
There
here?
was like little pieces of
the
metal.
wheel was sticking out this way.
And he just was holding it like this, and somehow it was like going straight.
There was like all these little like metal shavings like in the snow from where he wrecked it into the curb.
Yeah, that was horrible.
It was like immediate too. It was like we were like in like the first donut halfway through, and it was like bang! Oh no! Like, we still gonna be able to get this beer?
God.
Did you guys gonna get the beer still?
I honestly can't remember that. I can't remember that part.
I think we did because I think
Someone
I showed up.
Yeah, somebody
I
went
showed
and
up
got beer.
afterwards.
We have a relationship story real quick. I'm just gonna sum it up. Kids found out their parents were swinging, so there's a grown couple, and like I guess in their 60s now. They had a 19-year-old and a 23-year-old. They've been swinging like pretty much the whole time they've been together, but they only do it every once in a while, and they've been very discreet about it. Word got around town. Kids found out they were their parents were swingers. Threatened, said we're not talking to you ever again. We're moving across the country. Don't contact us. We're not your kids anymore. Just because the parents were swinging a little bit.
Whoa, that's a bit much. Dude.
It is a bit much.
Give Cheryl and Tim the fucking break,
Well, that
dude.
just shows what a good life they've had for that to be the breaking point. Like if my mom was fucking dudes, my mom was a swinger. I just didn't have a dad.
She didn't have a partner to trade off.
Listen, I'd rather not find out my parents were swingers.
Right.
But even if they are, what
at the end of the day,
fuck?
you're still your parents.
Yeah. Who are you?
Right.
You're like, don't ever talk to me again.
Yeah, they sound like they're pussies.
Yeah, the kids suck. I like the parents in this one.
Yeah, who are you to judge
the
kids?
parents are devastated. They're losing their kids because they fucked a couple strangers. Relax, dude.
She's like, I told you, Tim, you want to fuck all these whores. Now we lost our children.
Yeah,
He's like, I didn't hear you complain when you had a stiff one in you.
Yeah. She's never.
Oh, glory, oh, Gloria.
She's never gonna get her to swing ever again now.
Yeah, you call your son like, thanks, asshole.
Yeah,
You ruined
thanks,
this.
cock block. I was getting a strange piece of ass every quarter, and now I'm not.
Yeah, great job.
Yeah, don't ever. Your mother will never use a porta john again.
Perfect time for a break.
All right, everybody, we'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more Greenfield's Finest Podcast. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Are you sick of your general contractor having sex with your wife? Well, I was too, and that's when I found out about Schaefer Inc. Schaefer Inc.'s primary goal is to deliver unbeatable quality for all your construction needs. They aim to firstly be a company principle-driven, and to achieve this, the importance is ethical business practices. That includes great work and not having sex with your wife. Please check out Schaefer Inc. for all your contracting needs. Give them a call at 412-915-1694. That's 412-915-1694. Me and my wife didn't know what to do. We had a gigantic tree in our backyard that we had to get cut down. I've never done anything like this before. Who was I supposed to call? Luckily, I found Greater Pitt Tree Service, a locally owned and operated company. They came out, got to work, and got it done in a safe manner, and it didn't cost me an arm and a leg. Thank you so much, Greater Pittsburgh Tree Service. And they also do free work for World War II veterans. Please call 412-884-TREE. That's 412-884-TREE. What's going on, everybody? It's almost that time of the year where you got to go get your sidewalks or your steps fixed. And I don't trust a lot of these idiots out here right now. I really don't. Thank goodness Giuseppe and Sons is in the area, and they're always on the job. If you're looking for any type of masonry work this season coming up, please call Giuseppe and Sons, 412-421-6711, and make sure you tell them Rocco sent you, huh? Hey, what's going on, everybody? If you're having car problems right now, there's not really too many places to go that you can trust. One place you can is Meineke Car Care Center, located at 4103 Kennywood Boulevard, West Mifflin. They handle everything, not just oil changes, but brakes, maintenance, everything. So if you have car trouble and you need help, make sure you call Meineke Car Care Center, 4103 Kennywood Boulevard, West Mifflin. Phone number 412-451-8968, and ask for Arthur. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Greenfield Finest Podcast. We're about to jump into what's grinding our gears. Johnny, what's grinding them gears?
Dude, you ever have somebody tell you all this shit about their significant other, to the point where you're like, wow, that person's a real piece of shit. I hate them, and then they just go back to normal with their significant other, but I still hate them, but they act like it's normal. and you don't know how to act
You're
anymore.
supposed to forget everything you just heard.
But I just carry the stress for them. Over
if you're gonna unload everything onto somebody,
Right.
you have to make sure that shit's over. So like, if you're gonna unload all your shit, like we hate her right now. We got to keep it. It never works that way.
No, like
they unload their shit, and then they're back together, and like they never address it. You know, it's just like it goes unspoken.
But like you said, it makes you feel weird.
Yeah.
Like, don't unpack that with me and then let me just
like,
fucking
dude, like
hold it.
you're just going on about your life, and you seem okay, but I'm not okay.
Yeah.
Like,
but you remember what she did to us?
Yeah, you remember what she did? Remember she fucked your brother? Like, dude, it's just like, what's going on? And now you're kissing her on the forehead? Are you nuts?
I thought we
But then
decided.
now-
I thought we
now she's at
decided
your
this
house.
was over.
Wait, what? We don't hate her no more? What happened?
Now she's at your house drinking your White Claws, and it's just like, what the fuck's
I
going
gotta
on?
play
I gotta
nice.
look at you in disgust.
I don't want to play
And that
nice.
she knows that you know, and it's just
Yeah.
never the same.
Yeah,
and it's
never
just a little
will be.
uncomfortable.
That's like when people put their business up on Facebook, and then immediately, like 2 days later, there'll be a post of the love of my life.
Yeah,
like 2 days ago, she was a whore.
Yeah,
Right.
Now you're at Applebee's together.
Yeah, she don't want to be saved.
Dude, the kiss of death is when somebody like talks about how much they love their significant other on Facebook,
No, they're
and then
divorced
2
a
months
week
later, you're like, "Oh, what do you mean they're divorced? I thought she just said he was the best guy ever."
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, just honestly think about that. If you have to document how great your life is and
It
how great
sucks.
your relationship is, it blows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bad.
If you got to try to fool everybody else, you're only trying to fool yourself, my
Yeah.
friend.
That's it. Yep, I said that. Mr. Miyagi said that.
Surely, what do you got?
What grinds my gears is having to come up with a
yeah.
no. So I've been trying to watch Ozark, right?
Yeah, good show.
And I can't get past like season 3, episode 5. I watch it a million times, and I either fall asleep or my wife comes home and my kids come home, and I have to like rewatch the episode from the beginning. I'm at like 37 minutes. There's like 56 minutes, and I just can't get there, dude. I can't bring myself to like have time where I watch it, and I don't want to start in the middle, so I'll like fast forward a little bit, watch it. Kids come down. Rosa starts bitching about something, or I fall asleep, and it's like,
Well, why don't you want to start in the middle if you've seen it so many times?
well, no. So I like have to catch up. You know, I'll fast forward a little bit,
Yeah.
but I can't start right at the last minute. I
You just-
especially when I fall asleep. Like,
you don't know exactly
did I
where
see
you're
this
at.
or did I
Yeah.
not see this?
Yeah, no, that's a pain in
And
the
then
ass.
it ruins the whole fucking episode.
Well, plus Netflix keeps going and go. Like, so you'll be by the time you wake up, you're on season 4.
Right, and that's the thing. I was thinking they should have a technology like when I pass out, pause the fucking show.
They do. Well, they do have it, but it
takes a while.
It takes a while.
Yeah.
It's like if there's been no movement in your controllers, I think it's 3 hours.
Well, yeah, it's 4 hours on
Yeah.
Verizon or whatever the fuck I got.
Is that what it is?
I'm saying I want you to see my eyes closed and not open again.
If I were you,
and fucking pause that shit.
I would skip this episode, watch the recap, and just start fresh on a new one.
I do. I honestly,
Ozark
it's been,
does
like,
give a-
it's been like a week and a half. I've been trying to get through this fucking
Ozark
episode.
does give a good recap.
Yeah, it does. But I don't know. I feel like I have so much invested in it.
Yeah.
Well, your wife's going away. You'll be able to catch up.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have a bunch of time.
Yeah.
Dude, Ozark City. You guys want to come over?
You guys want to come watch Ozark with me?
We can do the podcast in my house in fucking the next 2 weeks.
Zebra, what do you got?
Dude, so like today, whenever I went to Sheets, washed my hands. I'm like, all right. I went to the bathroom, washed my hands, and they had the automated water like most places do. But like it was so much different because they literally only gave you like 2 seconds of water. And I'm like, all right, now I'm back up here. And then I'm like this, and the water shuts off. And the water, they only give you 2 seconds of
You
water.
got to find the sweet
Not
spot.
enough water, huh?
No, not enough water. Like
Or that's a bad sensor on it or something.
It might have been a bad sensor because like I was holding it in the same spot. You know what I mean?
still
Like,
shut off
It
on.
still shut off. And then I'd have to like move around and then it would come back on. So I'm like, what the fuck?
You're
dude?
going to have
Like,
to call a technician in on that.
I have a
one.
hard time with water sensors, man. We just don't get along. I'm always going up and down. I'm trying to open it up. Like, come on, dude, let's get.
I
this
look like
going
an
here.
idiot.
What
Yeah.
is a society that we lose control over the knob? Like where they like it's just you just can't even handle this.
No.
knob.
People are
Or even
animals.
the-
They just let it run the whole
Or
thing.
remember the old
Right.
school one? Like you would push it,
Yeah.
and then it gave you so much
Gives you a
time.
certain amount of
while it
time.
ran.
You
Yeah.
re-hit it.
Give me 30 seconds. That's more than
Right.
enough time. I'm not, most of the time, I'm not going to wash my hands anyhow.
I agree with you on this. The 30 seconds is plenty of
I'm
time.
going to fake it.
But I'm talking here that you're like, we're literally talking 3 seconds. I'm like, it's just ain't enough.
It's not enough water.
Nope.
You can't even get the soap off your hands
No.
in 3 seconds.
I got a gear grinder. It's my brain again. I'm worried about this fucking thing, dude. I've gone to Chipotle twice in the past, like, I don't know, 2 weeks, 10 days, whatever. and instead of walking up to like the beginning of the counter where you like order like, hey, what do you want, burrito, and then go down, I've walked up to the register twice now in 10 days where I'm just staring at the person at the register. They're staring at me like, hey, idiot, what are you doing at this end? It's the other end. And we both stare at each other for a second. I go, oh, my bad. I don't know why I done that. One time, okay. 2 times, I might have to check myself in with Rudy G because my brain's starting to go.
Do you think 99% of Greenfield Cougars have CT?
Yeah.
I'd say 100%.
Yeah.
Of the championship team.
Maybe
I don't know if it's the weed
maybe
or
the
something.
weed. The weed could set you off kilter a little bit.
Yeah, I might have to pull
There's
back
a weed
little bit.
hangover, a little bit.
But, I mean, I walked in there, I looked this girl dead in the eyes, and she looked at me, and she was like,
what the fuck do you want?
But in my defense, she was standing by the register, and there was nobody up at the other end, so it kind of confused. Yeah, I don't know.
Instead of going to stand in front of like nobody.
So wait.
I walked
in
in.
your brain's defense. She was the only person available there.
She was the only person available, and I walked up to her.
Yeah.
But, you know.
She was like, can't you see him on the register?
I've been in the Chipotle the better part of 200 times, I bet.
Yeah.
And I know the rules. And I'm just walking
yeah,
up
that's
to
on
them.
you. That's on you.
And they're just looking at me like,
Well, why is she at the register if there's nobody in the store?
That's a very good point.
Go prep.
And she's looking at me
clean
like,
up a little bit,
are you okay, old man? Do you need me to call somebody for you?
Yeah.
And so, who knows? Stay tuned. It's probably going to get worse
We're
before
all
it gets
losing
better.
it. It's over. Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hey, do you have a name tag with you? Is somebody I could call?
She was looking for your medical alert bracelet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going
I'm
good.
having a stroke.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
At least let me get into my 40s first before like I really start losing it. Like, but it's not 39 walking up.
No time like the present.
Walking up to the register at Chipotle.
Well, all right, everybody. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll come back. We're on more Greenfield's Finest Podcast. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Are you sick of your general contractor having sex with your wife? Well, I was too, and that's when I found out about Schaefer Inc. Schaefer Inc.'s primary goal is to deliver unbeatable quality for all your construction needs. They aim to firstly be a company principle-driven, and to achieve this, the importance is ethical business practices. That includes great work and not having sex with your wife. Please check out Schaefer Inc. for all your contracting needs. Give them a call at 412-915-1694. That's 412-915-1694. Me and my wife didn't know what to do. We had a gigantic tree in our backyard that we had to get cut down. I've never done anything like this before. Who was I supposed to call? Luckily, I found Greater Pitt Tree Service, a locally owned and operated company. They came out, got to work, and got it done in a safe manner, and it didn't cost me an arm and a leg. Thank you so much, Greater Pittsburgh Tree Service. And they also do free work for World War II veterans. Please call 412-884-TREE. That's 412-884-TREE. What's going on, everybody? It's almost that time of the year where you got to go get your sidewalks or your steps fixed. And I don't trust a lot of these idiots out here right now. I really don't. Thank goodness Giuseppe & Sons is in the area, and they're always on the job. If you're looking for any type of masonry work this season coming up, please call Giuseppe & Sons, 412-421-6711, and make sure you tell them Rocco sent you, huh? Hey, what's going on, everybody? If you're having car problems right now, there's not really too many places to go that you can trust. One place you can is Meineke Car Care Center, located at 4103 Kennywood Boulevard, West Mifflin. They handle everything, not just oil changes, but brakes, maintenance, everything. So if you have car trouble and you need help, make sure you call Meineke Car Care Center, 4103 Kennywood Boulevard, West Mifflin. Phone number 412-451-8968, and ask for Arthur. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Greenfield's Finest Podcast. Before we jump into the end of the show, we got a real quick announcement. It's actually a big announcement. A lot of people have been waiting for this for a while. We finally locked in. We're going to be doing a live show September 2nd at the Bottle Rocket Social. We're going to have more details on it to come next week, but we got in touch with them. Thanks a lot to WDV for helping set it up. But they got in touch with us, and we settled on a date. It's going to be September 2nd. So mark that down in your calendars. We'll be doing our first live show that we promised we would do. So it's going to be at the Bottle Rocket Social. It's going to be a lot of fun. It looks like we're about to jump into What Would Greenfield Do?
What would Greenfield do?
Whoop, whoop.
If someone asks for a picture of your balls and you don't answer, are you an asshole?
No.
Depends who's asking.
That's the point. Like, balls aren't very sexual. If someone wants to see my balls, like, you can take a picture. I'll send you my balls.
Like, knock yourself out. I don't get it, but
just
yeah.
balls.
Can I ask you why you want to see them?
I'd probably want to know why, but at the end of the day, all you have to say, if something weird happened, like, those aren't my balls.
The first thing that comes to my mind is just this text back, for what? Like, if one of you guys are like, send me a picture of your balls, and if I'm like, for what? You're like, dude, we're gonna do this like weird filter.
We're comparing scrotums.
We're gonna look like Reese eggs. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm in. Here's my balls.
Is that a thing?
Surely.
We'll do
Here
that.
you go.
We'll do that right now. A girl isn't going to ask you for a picture of your balls.
They don't want to see them balls.
Dude, now, if you're going to give the picture and, like, you're a little unkept, you're going to give them a quick trim?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be like, give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, not an animal.
Yeah. I ain't sending my hairy nads out
I got
to the world.
standards.
Yeah.
If my boys want to see my balls, I'm going to pretty them up for my fellas.
They're going to have fucking, they're going to be all lotioned up and
Really
smooth.
glisten them up. Maybe like a Jergens, like, glow. Get a nice little tan on them.
What's that
ball
shit we got?
toner.
Yeah,
little
the ball
toner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Little spritz here.
Put the ball toner on, and boys will be looking nice. Get the hair dryer out, get them
I
hanging.
shave. I splash a little aftershave on each side.
Have any of you guys tried to treat yourself yet with a little hair dryer to your dick and balls?
Nah, I still haven't.
Man, not living. I wouldn't recommend it in the summer. You wait till weather drops, a little cooler, a little chill. No, it's a party. Would you switch your penis size with your foot size? Would you switch your penis size with your foot size?
Motherfucker, you got little ass feet.
I mean, that I don't have big feet for the size that I am. I only wear 10.5s, but like that's too much dick.
That's a lot of dick.
It's too much dick.
What size shoe you wear?
I wear 10.5.
So I wear an 8.5. So I mean,
that's still too much dick. I think. Surely, well, you got some big old fucking.
I wear 11s.
Yeah.
well,
you're down to half a toe, too.
Right. So if I had to switch my dick and my shoes, my dick would get smaller.
Old Shirley big dick.
Big dicking it over here. What about you, John?
I mean,
What size you? What size?
8.5. 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be a huge dick.
Yeah, I mean, what would I do with that?
It's too much.
It'd be all top heavy. Back
Yeah.
would be killing
Plus, your feet are gonna be the size of your dick. So like,
you. You're walking a little
Right.
it's gonna take
I'll
you
be
twice.
tipping over.
What's up, baby foots?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna take you twice as long to get up.
Yeah.
Like, you got
no.
a dream, crazy legs.
I'm more for balance. At this point in my life, yeah, I need all the balance.
Yeah, I'm keeping that to where it's at. I don't
You're
need.
going for balance over girth.
Yeah.
I don't need 4-inch feet.
It's cold out today. Why your toes sore? I got frostbite, motherfucker.
That's it. You wear a size 6, they turn into a size 3 when it's cold out.
All right, last one. If you were taken hostage 5 years ago, what would surprise you the most about the world today?
Can I tell you? I just popped right in my head that people are bottling farts and shit. Dude.
It's a really good answer. Yeah, that would
Blow your
definitely throw me. Like, you're making money doing what? Like OnlyFans would definitely blow my mind.
OnlyFans probably
If
makes
you
the
told
most
me-
sense out of anything, I'd say.
Right, but that would be the easiest to believe. The things that like people are shitting in jars.
If you
and
just-
people are
That's weird.
buying it.
If you just missed Donald Trump like being president, and you just like came out like, hey, so who was the president while I was gone? They'd be like, oh, Donald Trump. They're like, what? That'd be some wild news to break.
Britney Spears taking down her Instagram and be like, what?
All the facial hair. I don't know. I feel like dudes didn't rock beards 5 years ago like they do now. That would throw me.
You haven't
for a
had.
loop.
I'm waiting for you to come in with that mustache.
Next Tuesday, buddy.
Next Tuesday, it's on?
Yeah.
You got a handlebar?
I'm not going handlebar.
Standard.
So I'm not gonna. What I'm gonna do? Well, it's a surprise. You'll see. You'll see.
I can't wait.
Because I have a feeling my barber's gonna fuck it up. So I might just come in. I might have to knock it
Well,
down.
you don't shave your own face?
No, my barber does.
Oh man, white collar problems.
Yep. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I touch it up, but yeah, no, she shaves. She does it for me.
Okay.
Shave your beans.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna be pretty hot. So we'll see.
I think, in all honesty, the fucking if we were like the Donald Trump thing's a good thing. I think that'd probably be right up here. But I think you come out and be like, why the fuck are people wearing masks in stores?
Right.
Why is this person wearing a mask by themselves walking their dog?
Riding a bike. Yeah.
I still don't understand that.
Oh,
That
dude,
would freak me the fuck out. Like,
You
dude,
missed
should
it.
I be wearing a mask?
You're like, you missed the pandemic.
Like, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would freak me
I
out.
I could have missed those 2.5 years. It wouldn't have killed me.
Yeah, I could have slept through that.
Yeah.
Wait, so how many years are we talking? Like
5.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess Amazon's been around for a while, but how much it's just, I mean, it's just like that, the food, everything can just get delivered to your house.
You know what would freak you out if you were like out of the loop for 5 years? You drive through Oakland, you got those little robot fucking igloo coolers driving around the streets with the
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
thing
those
on.
throw
I've
me
never
for a
seen one of
loop.
them.
I never did either.
I have.
They like deliver medicine, food, everything, dude.
What if someone just robbed it?
The gunpoint.
Yeah.
You need a code to
You
open it
gotta
up.
beat
I think.
up C3PO.
Yeah, they send you a little code or something. You punch it in and it opens up.
Dookie on them.
All right.
Yeah, see, if they were like shipping pills, I mean, that would have been something
Yeah,
back in the day.
we'd have kidnapped that motherfucker.
They've been hogtied.
We'd have been like fucking pissed
We
off.
would have gone in there. Yeah. We would've
Cow
gone in
prodders
there.
and shit.
Yeah, I swear to God, baseball bat this fucking cooler right now.
You got a dude's heart in it.
Yeah, yeah. But I thought there was Oxycontin in here, but no, it was a fucking pig heart.
We need to follow up
Just
on that
throw
heart.
the-
I want to know if that dude made
Throw
it.
the heart down Sylvan.
Throw it off the bridge.
Dude's be like, actually, deer heart down here.
Be
That
in
was a
Davis's
12
freezer.
Yeah, Dave's like, that came from a 12-point Jude. Oh, man, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in this week. I should have mentioned this beginning of the show. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Keep telling your friends about the show. The show's growing. We love the fans. Everyone have a great week, folks. And remember, Greenfield loves you. We're out.